Alright, so how's it going, everybody? Hopefully, you're able to hear everything. Hopefully, everything is fine. That's what I hope, because we're doing multiple things this stream. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over the stream that's coming up soon for the dev stream, and we're also streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the exact same time. Now, the YouTube stream right now is only for members only, and it's just because we're kind of like just stress testing right now. I'm not sure, I think, let me see, let me look right quick. I think the Twitch stream is completely fine, but I'm not sure about the YouTube stream, and we'll stream for a little bit with just the Twitch and YouTube stream going at the same time, and then we'll probably make it public or something. But yeah, the goal is to get both of those streams running perfectly. Hopefully the sound and everything's pretty good. But other than that, the first thing we're going to do today was that we're actually going to look at what War Thunder has actually released today. It's actually pretty interesting. You guys in a joint stream with Tech. How's it going, Red Defined Alpha? Hopefully you're doing well. No, it's not a joint stream right now. I'm doing my own thing right now. It's basically just testing everything. Hopefully everything sounds nice. But let's see here. Okay, so hang on, I gotta get used to this again. I think it's this one. Does it go to it? There we go. We're able to see everything now. Oh, he went live. So today we're going to be looking at the Dreams Come True event, because here it is, the KV7. Going to be a rank 3. I wonder what battle rating this is going to be. I kind of feel like it's going to be 4-0. I mean, it looks interesting. Hopefully it's on a dev server. Because the main thing I'm concerned about is yeah, you have your little shot trap you can hit right there. Hang on, can you actually see my mouse? Hang on. Alright, yeah, you can see the mouse. But you can hit that spot right there with a 75 and still pin it. But my question is what are these up here? What is this area? Is this area strong enough to survive 76s and Panzer IVs? If not, then this thing's going to be a little bit weak. But we'll have to see how that kind of goes. Because you basically get a big, huge Ferdinand spot and a yak, or not a yak Panzer, but a what is it called? Yak Tiger. The yak Tiger kind of looks like that. Yeah, that's their goal for today. Is we're just stress testing. Hopefully, we'll be able to do this more in the future. But the perfect time to do it because of the dev stream and everything. So we do have it prepared and everything. I believe. Hang on. Yeah, 87 minutes. So you should see a little bitty thing at the bottom right. It'll be a countdown timer. But yeah, we're gonna be doing some War Thunder and also playing probably the Chieftain Mark 10. I've been having actually a pretty good time with that. All right, let's see. Does that actually look nice? Wow. Oh, we're going into space right there. But yeah, let's see. Does the gameplay work? It should come up. All right, let me check it. So the reason everything is so weird right now is because we're also streaming with 2 computers. So I have this computer, which is just running the gameplay, and then we have the other computer, which is streaming and everything. So it's a little bit different than we're used to. But yeah, I'm able to see both chats. I'm able to see YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So hopefully everything goes well. But yeah, we're going to be playing until the dev stream goes live at, yeah, it'd be 80 minutes or so. It'll probably be a little bit late, probably 5 to 10 minutes, but we'll look at that and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, the Chieftain Mark 10. If you want a little bit of advice right now, playing War Thunder, any 9.0 lineup right now is just doing extremely well. Like China, for example, their 9.0 lineup with the ZTZ88 and the M60, and then, oh, was it saying the PTZ89? This lineup is really good as well, but 9.0 right now just basically never gets an up tier. I don't know what it is, but it just feels really nice. But yeah, we'll continue the Chieftain Mark 10. I think, yeah, I only need 2 more mods and I'll be done with this thing. To give your Discord mods YouTube memberships? Can I? Oh, how's it going, Teddy? Hopefully you're doing well today. And thank you for the sub. It is very much appreciated. Look who it is. Yeah. Look who it is. We're finally back, Teddy. Doing great. How are you? We're doing pretty good. Like honestly, everything is going extremely well. We have a 2 PC setup now, which is what I've been working on the last like probably month, just learning on how to just get everything sorted. Hopefully it's working. I do have the YouTube and the Twitch stream going at the same time right now. We're basically just stress testing, right? And so far it looks good. Like I can see the YouTube stream as well. But yeah, as you know, the YouTube streams are definitely going to be something because yeah, it probably gets the people who normally don't watch Twitch streams into the chat. They always ask wonderful questions. I was want to mess around and get a dual PC going for a number of things, but never got around to it. Honestly, it's been pretty good. Like, it's not that hard to be honest with you, but at the same time, it's very much confusing. Like, probably the biggest thing that I just forget about is like I have two keyboard and mouses now, and I'll try to like type something on the other computer and just realize I'm on the wrong keyboard or I'm on the wrong mouse. Okay, ads. Yeah, it's going to be something we're going to have to do. I've been thinking about it. So for ads, I've been like listening to other people of how they've like handled them whenever it comes to like Twitch and YouTube and stuff. And it kind of always seems like the thing that you have to do is you have to like wait a little bit and let the ads go past, which is kind of sad. Here, hopefully there's nothing to our left because that was a little bit of a risk right there. I know that dude's over there. Are you streaming YouTube right now? Yes, Teddy. So here's what I'm doing. Right now is just a straight up stress test because I know the Twitch stuff will work because it's just basically plug and play. The thing about it is I don't know about the YouTube stuff right now. So I have it on like unlisted, and what we're going to do is we're going to let it run for a little bit, and I'm going to check it, and then we're going to see if it like had any problems. Yeah, ads can turn off viewers so fast. Yeah, I completely understand. It's kind of annoying because like Twitch is in now, you can't even like turn them off really. Say I don't like this dude like way down there. Dude's repaired. Think you can block 3 per stream or something? Yeah, you can do that, and then also subs and Twitch Prime and all that sort of stuff block ads. But yeah, I wish there was a better way to do it. Seen the Deblogs for today? Yeah, I've seen them, Teddy. Honestly, I'm happy for the KV7. It's definitely a vehicle that I've wanted to see, right? The F-117 though, I don't know. Like it seemed like a vehicle that should have been like replacement for the drone or something. Because it's gonna be so useless in majority of situations. Got hit with a tow or something. Sorry, use my Prime sub. Yeah, I know. Wow, thanks. Gotta rocket the Chieftain. Yeah, I gotta see what kind of IR radar resistance it has. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it has no countermeasures. It has uh, pretty much nothing to like attack air targets with. So it's just a weird little machine. I have a feeling the IR SAMs will be literally useless against it. I wonder if IR is locking. From, like, here's what I imagine they're going to do, Teddy, with it. They're probably just going to put the same, like, IR resistance as helicopters already have. And with, like, the Strela and the Type 81 and all those vehicles which have contrast locking, you can still lock them a pretty decent amount of way away. The question I really have is, can the F-17 actually have enough flight performance to get, like, above the map and get above all of these guys? Because that's the only, like, big counter. I'm not even sure if that's alive. Kind of looked like it. Yeah, it's not going to be game breaking at all. Like, it's going to be very mediocre. I think for some people, like, I personally like the KV-7. It's a really good vehicle to have. But the F-117 also is a vehicle that could have definitely got into that, like, dreams come true event. For what it is. I love how I'm barely even paying attention to this game and we're still somehow, yeah, we're first. I mean, like, looking at the chat most of the time. It's getting captured again. Come on. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping too. I really hope they make it a bomber, because then you can only have 4 of them per team. So if you have, like, the crazy like mixed matchmaker, right? You'd only have 4 per side, which I think is manageable. But if you have, like, full teams of these guys, and, like, one team has a bunch of actual fighters, you've just lost. There's not even a reason to play. It's kind of like the JU-288s. They're one that's, like, left side of me. I need to, like, look right, but the dude's, like, over here somewhere. I don't know, I'm just gonna shoot. I can't tell where he's at. Let's see the MG fire. I think you're right there. Oh, there's something there though. Yeah, JF-17 took over for a bit. As if you want squad, but I literally only had the time for that battle rating. Honestly, 9-0 right now is really good of a battle rating. Like, everything that's like 9-7, 9-3 is just straight up getting thrown up to like 10-3s. because of the sales right now. So 9.0 is just left alone. So if you have a bunch of 9.0s you need to spade or anything, it is a good time to actually kind of do it. All right, maybe his barrel got like destroyed with that one. Should be able to push him. So. Oh, is that? Yeah, 10-3 was good before the sell. 9-3 was actually doing pretty well. Like you could get into some really good matches with it. But yeah, now it's you're still only going to see like 4 terms and T72s and T80UDs, but it's pretty much constantly every single match you're going to see them. It's a bit rough. Bradley 163. That's a bit of a problem. Do we think we can hash him? Hopefully those guys can deal with that dude. Just fire to hush. Oh, we're done with the Chieftain Mark 10. Oh, we're finally done with it. Wow. No, honestly, this vehicle is very fun to play. Like, where was it at? Britain. Where's it at? Chieftain Mark 10. 55 to 110. And most of these were like before it was like 9.0. And it was actually pretty good. Alright, let's see. So I got that one done. So let's now go to China. I want to play some more 9.0. Alright, 88A. Then the B. I haven't started on the B at all because it was added later. That one. That one. Throw this in the lineup. Oh, where's this one go? I'm gonna put it over there. The B can go there. Always enjoyed the Mark 10. It feels like the turret armor is actually good. Yeah, it is. Funny enough, it actually is. Like, you know, let's remove that. Hang on, I'm gonna use this one. Like the actual breach weak spot of this guy is really small compared to like the challengers and everything. And like if you put bushes on it like I did, like it's pretty hard to hit. Once you get over here though, it can stop. Like I was talking to Freeman with it. He was telling me about how he's never played the Chieftain Mark 10, so that's why I was playing it. Like even if you take like Germany, go down to let's see here, let's just do Israel because it's like the biggest thing you'd ever face. The 9.3s, you get DM63. DM63 even gets stopped by majority of the turret, which is crazy. So as long as you hide this hole right here and you hide your turret ring, you're basically invulnerable. Like there's not much that can pin you. Yeah, let's go to China. Let's do their 9.0s. What plane? Oh yeah, this thing's 8.7 now. Are any of these guys? Yeah, you're 9.0, but you're a pile of trash. That thing is 9.3. So we'll basically have to use the mix 17. Oh yeah, let's get the QN 506 out. That's 10.0. Roast your worth in our account live. All right, Teddy. Let's do that real quick. All right, let's see. I remember how to do this. Okay. So I think I copied it. All right, let's look it up. All right, Teddy. So here's what we do. The number one thing we always do first is we look at your numbers right here, and we got to see if you're a nation main, right? From just looking, a quick glance, you're not. I see that you pretty much play everything except for Israel. Israel is a little bit weak. But other than that, you play basically everything, which is pretty good. Like, there. I mean, number one, you're going to have like a bunch of Britain, right? I think that's going to be technically your main nation. All right, let's see here. Let's guess. What vehicle is Teddy played the most? Started with Britain? Yeah. This one's kind of hard. Um, because like it's going to be something British that you probably played the most. And I know I'm going to be wrong no matter what. Is what you guessed last time. Oh, okay. So you already gave me a hint for that then. I'm going to guess something German or Russian then. I'm going to say like I don't know, I'm going to do T-34. I feel like that's just a safe bet even though it's going to be wrong. All right, so let's see here. Go over. Oh, let's hang on. We got to remove that first because we're only going to do that. Yeah, the Jack Panzer IV is the most thing that you played. Eddie, I'm going to be honest with you. I skipped this thing a long time ago and I just never played it because like I was just like this is like a Panzer IV but worse. But ever since I've spaded this thing, I actually really enjoyed it. It was a really fun vehicle to play. Yeah, yeah, it was a real fun vehicle. Use it to kill the SPG dailies. Yeah, it's because like you go to I think I still have it. 4.0. No, I've switched it out a little bit. But yeah, you can or no I didn't. So I got the T-34, you got the Jack Panzer IV, you got the Hetzer. Yeah, all those vehicles are really good to use it on. But yeah, this one is from ARB because this thing's pretty good for doing those dailies. This one is no longer good at dailies because it's rank 2. F-84F. Was this before it had an air spawn and then it got rid of it? Here, let's do aviation. Do air kills. F5C. Insane vehicle, that is. Ground targets. I just used spade in it. Actually did pretty well in it then. Hang on. Go back to there. Oh, wait, wrong thing. Yeah, you did pretty good in it. Only like 49 deaths. So, I mean, 12 air kills, but yeah, you was just going after ground targets, right? Isn't ground targets, it's the bombers. You got the KV-220, that wonderful thing. 84. Oh, we got the Khalid. IL-10. Chieftain Mark III. Yeah, let's see. Let's do everybody. Like, let's get rid of everybody but Britain. We gotta see here. The Bishma. The Jaguars. Yeah, Chieftain Mark 10 right here. Challenger Mark III. You know, I can't wait to play this one. This one right here, Teddy, is one that I'm actually looking out for to play. Is the Vickers Mark 7 because I've not played it yet, but I've been grinding my way towards that way. And it also has L26. And so far, playing the Mark III Challenger has been really fun. Me and CS aren't looking forward to grinding another F16. I fully understand, Red. It's a little bit of a pain. Like you look at the tech tree, right? And you just look at all these guys down here, you're gonna have 3 of them that you could have ground out, and each one of them is just less and less effective because of the updates. Go very samey to the 2A4. I prefer the Challenger Mark III. Yeah, where was mine at? Hang on. See, where's my Challenger at? Challenger Mark III. I'm 64, 138. I've been enjoying it. This was also a terrible era whenever I played this vehicle. Same with the Challenger 2 right here. Half of these deaths were whenever the drones first got introduced. So that's why it's 83, 103. Because every time you kill somebody, someone would drone you within like 2 seconds. So those were not fun days, and I have no clue why I really wanted to spade a Challenger during that time. But yeah, that's when I played this thing. But yeah, overall, pretty good, Teddy. Like, definitely you're a player that plays majority of the game, which is always a really good thing. You don't have a lot of people that do this, which is just really, really cool to see. Also, do you play Naval, mainly arcade? Oh yeah, let's check it out. Let's do the Naval arcade. The Belfast, the Helena, the Moffat. There we go. The HMS Tiger. God, I've not seen that vehicle in so long. I bet if you bring this out, you're just like the one and only HMS Tiger per game. Let's see here. Let's use your coastal. See what kind of coastal player you are. Oh, I did not work. Huh? Why did it not sort by coastal? Hang on. It's not sorting by anything. Or am I just like confused here? Hang on, reset. Is this a bug? Yeah, it's not sorting anymore. Hang on. Let me go out of it and come back in. Alright. Remove and then coastal. There it goes. Now it works. The Leora. Do you have the little thing? You don't, do you? Hang on. Do Germany right quick. Nah, you don't. You've not played it yet. Teddy, this is a vehicle I would highly recommend for you to grind out. And even if you don't want it within the German tech tree, I have it just because it's so good at using the torpedoes, which is this thing. Yeah, this thing is just straight up so good for doing the torpedo dailies or battle pass challenges, just because of how fast this thing can go. Like this thing is insane for like its speed in arcade. I highly recommend pickup vehicle. Also, high key need a crash course. Had not suck at ground. Well, the easiest way is probably just learning the maps. Like during that whole time of that last game in the Chieftain, I was like reading the chat the whole time, but I knew pretty much exactly where the enemies would pop up, and that's how we survived for that long. Get around to it at some point. Just don't play Coastal that often. Yeah, I'm basically the same. Like I enjoyed the American Coastal vehicles. Like I enjoyed playing a bunch of these guys. Some of them are just not spaded though because well, some of them were just not fun. But at the same time, like I don't know. It's like once you get into that area of where you start seeing destroyers at like the 3-3 to like 3-7 area, like it's just not fun anymore. Because you'll start to see vehicles like where's it called? The SK7. All these guys, SKR1, SKR7, all those vehicles. Decently fast, gets radar tracking for planes with VT shell, and can easily pop other coastal boats. Generally good, pretty tanky. I've seen a couple of them. So my favorite vehicle is this one I got within one of the I forgot where I got it, but I got this one for free. One of the challenges or something. But this vehicle right here, like I've faced some of the like what's the other one called? The Peacock. I faced that one before. I've seen that one. I've also seen the Leora. Both of these vehicles just melt by that little 30 mil in the back of this vehicle right here. So many ads. Hang on, Red. Hang on, we'll do something. Hopefully this computer works. Let's see here. There you go, Red. Hopefully now you can't get any ads anymore. Oh, what was that sound? Interesting. I didn't put that there. I have no clue why it did that sound, but fair enough. Interesting. I learn stuff every day. I think Twitch has changed so much too. Here, let's get the chat back open. Yeah, insta kills anything it touches. Yeah, like it's crazy. This little 30 mil. I enjoy it so much playing with that vehicle. Yeah, let's get on to China again and play some ZTZs. Probably the PTZ-89. I need to get this guy's laser rangefinder, and I'll be solid with this guy. Like, it's got a 5-second reload. Really good vehicle. It's not many people actually play this thing. Like, I don't see many of them ever. Have you been filled in with my suggestions making shenanigans on the forums? A little bit, Teddy. I've heard about it a little bit from like tech stream whenever you talk about it. But yeah, you can fill me in about like the basics of what happened with it. But yeah, I can kind of guess because I've dealt with some of those people on the forums before. Quite a little bit annoying. Alright, what do we want to do on this map? See, who did they have? Sweden? Oh, we definitely don't want to do the B first because we only have like APFSDS for that guy. We got laser. Okay, we do. Still waiting to do an event with viewers. We may at some point, Red. I've been having to think with some stuff lately. Wait, return to the battlefield? What is this? When have they updated this? Like, you can't even go like that far away over? Come on now, this is like I spawned over here. That's stupid. Got rejected for a bullshit reason. Alright, Teddy, I can give you an example of what happened with me one time. So, I had a lot of people tell me about the forums and everything about just how, like, they get their stuff removed, it's not fair, all that sort of stuff, right? So, you know what? I was like, wow, thanks. I was like, you know what? We'll like, do our own little thing and we'll make our stuff, right? So I made a forum post about a really good suggestion, which was basically every time there's a new update or deblog or something for War Thunder, that they would do a thing to where it shows up in game and it tells people what's happening. So I suggested that before that was a thing legitly in War Thunder already, and I was told over and over and over by Esmond and by a bunch of people that were like up there on the forum staff that it was physically impossible to do, and it's why it could not be passed forward as a suggestion. And I'm like, well, why can't it be? That's what I kept on getting answers, just physically impossible. And then maybe like 3 or 4 updates later, it was added. So I'm like, cool. You tell me it was physically impossible to do. So I completely understand. A bunch of people on the forums are really annoying to like deal with sometimes. And that should not be a reason of why something is rejected of it being physically impossible to do. Because a year or 2 later, it can be possible to do again. Which to me at least is just crazy that was even a thing. But yeah, after that, I just told Esmond, I was like, look, if you guys are going to be like this and pretty much reject on that, I'm just never going to use the forum again. And I haven't used it since. Also, is it my monitor or is the stream super saturated? It might be on my end. because we're using a capture card and it has all kind of different settings to it. Well, let's back up in this corner and I can check it real quick. Let's see here. Here's the game. Go through. Okay, so it's not the game setting. How about up here on the other PC? Alright, let's see. I'm going to this result, everything to default. Did that fix it? I'm not sure what it looks like. Hopefully that fixed it. It looks different on my screen. Whitewash now. Alright, which one was better? Was it better before or is it better after? Or hang on, I can actually... let's see, I can actually... hang on, it's weird controlling like two mouses at the same time right beside each other. There, I can do it again. Prefer this, I think. We'll bump the saturation just a little bit, like 1% or something. Like, hang on, that's going that way. 0.8 of a percentage. There we go. I think that should make it a little bit less whitewashy, but also looks decent. Yeah, it's basically the same thing, Teddy. Like, it's one of those things. It's a suggestion, right? Any suggestion that makes sense to be added to the game should be passed along. It shouldn't be. The dude blinded himself and couldn't hit me. Oh, we got one coming up. An object. I think we might have a problem because this APFSDS is pretty weak. I'd have to like hit him perfectly. We'll see though. Yeah, not gonna be able to pin that. Yeah, equally hilarious, yeah. I don't know, Teddy. It's crazy about the whole forearm thing because it attracts people who are not really suited for that type of position. Like, I think Esmond and all those guys are fine, but like the actual like forum moderators and everything, most of them are like, it's a position that requires yourself to be unbiased, and most of them have like favorite nations and all that sort of stuff, so it's always just crazy. Wish it could change. Hey, how's it going, Zero Mats? Hopefully you're doing well today. Than what we see. Yeah, I'm able to see it on the other monitor for the other PC. Yeah, that was like just straight up capture card settings. Is this the weak one or is this the 351? It's pretty weak. Alright, so Canadian Leopards down towards the left. Yeah, this match is basically over. Now, I wouldn't really say they're keyboard warriors, but what I would say is like a bunch of them have biases towards nations that they want to see do well within the game. And whenever they're the beacon of the community of suggestings and stuff, it can definitely be a conflict of interest. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, this team's over. Not much we'll be able to do that game. Consider Twitch drop vehicles to be an event. I mean, are they? Like, if you go up to this one, I mean, hang on, we can go over the thing. Like, it doesn't say it's an event. And I don't think it's like classified as an event either, right? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like whenever you do suggestions, if it makes any sense to be added, it should be something that's passed forward. Like, I don't think they should result to like semantics and everything. It's just like, oh, so this is, in my eyes, an event vehicle because I think it is. Like, what I was talking about whenever I suggested it, like, can we actually view it? How would we do that? I forgot where you see it after like you close it out. But you know, whenever you log into the game and it shows you like what is updated and everything, that's exactly what I suggested, and I was told it was unable to be added to the game because of technical limitations, and I'm like, fair enough. And then it's added. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, 15 days to respond to a message. Well, if you've seen Teddy on the bug reporting website, they have completely anonymized all of the moderators because we've seen what happened in the past, right? And it will not surprise me if they do that to the forum staff soon as well. So if you have a bad actor within that whole entire staff now, it's going to be very hard to single them out again. So that's always fun. You gonna be streaming the stream? We will be, Red. We'll be streaming the stream. Before I started the stream, about like a couple hours ago, I did like open up their old stream that they did last update and like tried the audio balance and everything, but we'll have to see if I did it correctly or not whenever it does go live. The bug report guys are actually employees? Probably the senior people are employees like Esmond and all that sort of stuff, but honestly, I don't know. I would feel like that would be a position that you could also just get a bunch of people to volunteer for. Like the funny thing is, Teddy, from a lot of that like point of view of stuff, I've just completely forgot about who's even in like that sphere of things anymore. Like I used to know a bunch of the game masters and know a bunch of the forum staff and all that sort of stuff. I know some of them still, like Elite, Pacifica, Stona, you know, Espen, all those guys. But the newer guys, I just don't even really know them. You'll play COD till then. Red, here's something hilarious, right? So I traveled to New Zealand. I played the new Call of Duty early, right? As one Call of Duty player does. And I played the campaign because that's really all I was interested in. And I got to about like halfway through the campaign, like mission 5. And the game crashed. And I was like, cool, you know, that's pretty much expected for Call of Duty at this point. And I relaunched the game, and then my campaign status was completely deleted and made me restart at level 1 again. So I was just, you know what, I'm not doing this, and I just quit. I'm confused now. I wish I had more teammates here. Our team basically just went over towards the left side. We're just going to have to push. We have to get rid of light signs of light. Or, well, there's a Puma. Hello, my friend. Get rid of you because I don't want you to get like around me. There's one behind me. This was a TAM 1, I would risk my frontal plate to actually like just push him because his frontal plate's improved. But he's got DM33, so it's not gonna work. You know what? I don't really know why you'd smoke that. That's why you'd smoke it, because you can see through it. Fair enough. I love how smoke works sometimes. I really do. Sometimes you can just see directly through it. Sometimes you can't. You can never really tell. Been 5 months since I submitted the first post. Yeah, I understand that. That's frustrating. Like, the amount of time they've put into it, right? And it's taken them still forever just to comment and all that sort of stuff on it. It's pretty crazy. You know what? If we have no team that goes on the right side, I'll just come with these guys. Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying something with like my track or smoke or something through the smoke. Kinda sucks, but it's fair enough. I know the A and the B type 88s are different, or the ZTZ 88s, what these things are called. I know one of them has a weaker gun, but I don't know what it gets over it. Like, does it still get the upgraded? Yeah, it gets the upgraded frontal plate. But, not sure what else it gets. Okay, well. Bit rude. I was about to say, I don't have any parts. Oh, yeah. I'm basically done here. Now, maybe we can get one of the shells to go out. It can do something. Come on. You're a heat. Come on. Well, it fired. I didn't see anything come out the barrel though. Oh, that one fired again. Oh, never mind. I still don't know on this SPA right here if I want to like do the whole what's it called rounds. Gonna move because there's another plane that's like closer to me. So dumb they just don't give stock parts. Yeah, they really should at this point. It is incredibly annoying. Picking up. I like this SPA. I'm not sure if I like the head rounds though. I played with them a bunch. Like I've tried them and everything. For planes, they just suck. This did come back in. What's your prediction for the F-15E and the F-111 or F-117 battle rating? I think we're going to see like an extremely low battle rating for ground, or not for ground, but for air, with the Nighthawk. Probably gonna be like 8790 maybe. Oh, I lose. Oh. That's the only time those like head rounds are good as helicopters. The F-15 though, I mean, it's probably just gonna be like top battle rating vehicle, right? Probably gonna be the highest battle rating for ground forces as well. Yeah, and then also Teddy, the last like battle, or not the battle pass, but the last like what do you call it? The suggestions passed to developers thing whenever they were like passing like just straight up dumb stuff. That's kind of like whenever I was like, you know, this is just worthless now. As well, like whenever I seen that. Let's go. Where'd that plane go? He was climbing. I was just like not even on the radar anymore. Alright, let's see. We're nowhere near parts. Oh yes, you can get a Hess shell. Alright, let me see. What was the difference between these? I remember it's the gun. I can't remember if the A has the weaker gun or if it's the B that has the weaker gun. Alright, so 351 for that one, and then this one is... Okay, so this one, the Bravo one, is just straight up weaker. You got anything that like makes it better though? You got that plate. Same armor. Engine? 36.5. Oh, same engine or same transmission. Same armor there as well. Honestly, don't know. So what, we got 33 minutes left until the dev stream should start. Alright, you know what? Let's check up on the YouTube stream right quick, see if it's still doing well, and if it is, we might just make it public already. Alright, stream health. Have you been dropping frames or anything that's been going wrong? I don't believe it has. Alright, you know what? Public time. Let's go. Alright, so here comes all the YouTube people. They're gonna be in here in a second. Alright, there we go. Alright, so you're the first YouTube person's gonna be. What is that? I like one of those like battle pass ones. Yeah, but so far, probably the most excited thing for the new update is going to be the Dreams Come True event. I really want to see how that KV performs. Hey, how's it going, Commando Arc? Hope you're doing well. I really want to see the armor on it, because if that flat plate on the top of it is weak enough to where like a 76 can pen it, it's going to be pretty like crap. I'm hoping that's not the case though. Alright, they're pushing A hard. Funny to like... I like playing this position at Bravo. I think it's like one of the better ones to play early on within this match, but it's so inconsistent about what the enemy's going to do. So their team mainly is pressing Alpha, it seems like. Waiting for those guys on the left side to try to go up. See how they do. Oh, there's this one over there. Hello. See that? Yeah, this is what the spot does well. You're able to like counter everyone that like pushes like up super quickly. Yeah, today we're going to be going over the dev stream, which should be in 29 minutes. So probably like 2 more games worth. Then we'll be on to looking at the new stuff coming this update. You've kept me from sleeping, thanks. How's it going, Hunter Turner? Hope you're doing well. You almost kept me from missing that kill reading the chat, but, you know. Ah, come on. Ow. I wasn't really expecting a T-54 to just be moved up way up there. We have equally dire situations right now, Hunter. Hey, yo, team. One of these guys should be able to, like, shoot him, right? There we go. Oh, that's not good. They're behind us. .331 here. Oh, so you must be West Coast then. Yeah, East Coast right now it's like 7:30 in the morning. Excited for the F-117 Nighthawk. I'm kind of like, I'm not really excited for it, I wouldn't say, but what I am like looking forward to is just how that vehicle does within the game. Because it's like one of the first vehicles in a very long time for me that I'm just like, I don't really know how it's going to do. Like 100% it's going to be not the greatest of vehicles in the world because it only has 2 bombs. I mean, you're limited in what that can do. But when it comes to like ARB and all that sort of stuff, I just really want to see what it kind of does. You're in Alaska, so oh, you're even like on a weirder time zone then. Can't be having Khalid Gaming up in here. I think the new graphics though, that's going to be interesting for War Thunders because it looked like they had afterburning engines, or the afterburners have been changed. The like lighting looked a bit different as well. So maybe something like ray tracing, maybe. I didn't hit any crew with that. Why is there... Is that behind us? I don't even know. Ow. Yeah, it's like ray tracing talk from the leaks. Yeah, I'm excited to see that sort of stuff. That should be really cool. Performance is always a question though as well. Hopefully it doesn't impact it that much. Your thoughts on the M60 in the US tech tree? Which variant? Because like, it really depends on the variant. Because like the 80 M60 is completely different than like the 90 and then I believe one's 93 now? I turned. It's very hard to like specifically say that like the M60 is good, but it's a variant thing because just like a .3 of a battle rating with the M60A1, you get a stabilizer and you also get a better turret and hull compared to the 801. The first one, to be honest with you, it's in a really rough state. I think all 8.0s right now are. Just because, like I've said, if you do a .3 BR increase, you get a bunch of tanks which have technology differences. And whenever there's technology differences, especially stuff like stabilizers, APFSDS, thermals, all that sort of stuff, it can be rough to play those vehicles which don't have that equipment. I still think they're alright though. Like, it's still usable. Kinda just want to see what's up here, so I come this direction first. KV7's then the machine I want to get, but I don't know how good it would be. That's my question with it as well. I'm not sure about the armor. If the frontal armor can stomp like a 76, then it should be pretty alright. But if it's able to be penned by like the Panzer IVs and the 76 from like Shermans and like M10s and stuff, it's gonna be a little bit poor. Because like there's a super flat plate on the front. Hey, how's it going, LaFouche? Hope you're doing well. Alright, so we have like 4 people left. I really don't like planes with this thing. Because it just takes a 50 cal or a 20 mil and they kill me. This is gonna be a bad thing because we can't be in like 20 places at once. We're gonna get Bravo next. Did we find him down here? Apparently it's a KV-1E, but the casemate's question, yeah. Like that super flat armor, it's got the same like armor profile in a way as like a Jagdtiger. Where you have those super flat plates, but if it's like got enough armor on it, it should be fine. But yeah, the question is Panzer IVs. Can Panzer IVs pin it? That's like basically what you're gonna find all the time. The dev server live? No, it's not live yet. The dev stream should be live in 21 minutes from that countdown clock. We'll be going over it in this stream though, so we'll make sure to cover it. Ow, yeah, I could hear him as soon as that happened. Yeah, I'm dead. He got my gun breach. Yeah, it's also one of those vehicles which doesn't have a ton of information on it, so like I'm not sure what the armor is on the front. Oh, let me see. Let me make sure look at the preview stream. Yep, so 20 minutes. Then we'll switch over to it and be looking at it. 7-0 is the last BR for the US. I have fun. Everything after is a chore. Well, it's like, let's look at it for a second. So if you have like your 801, where's it at? The M60 right here. You have this one, right? Your hull is weaker because of just how it's designed, and also your turret is weaker. You still have the same weak spot with the cupola, but you also don't have a stabilizer. And then you just move up 0.3 of a battle rating to the AOS, and look at your turret better. I mean, you still have the cupola weak spot, but the stabilizer is like the huge thing. And the way War Thunder's like matchmaker works is that if you aren't 1.0 battle rating away from something, you can see an unlimited amount of them. So you could technically be in an M60 and you could see a whole team of 8.3s. But you can't see a whole team of 9.0s. So you'd only be able to see 4 of them. So like right now, a really good battle rating is 9.0, just for like most nations. You know what? Actually, I want to go play the... Oh, wait, what was that from? Oh, is that already active? Wait, what? Oh, is this active already? Interesting. I'll play the Chieftain Mark 10 again. I was having fun with this vehicle. Posted the link earlier. Oh, the races are on and everything. This can either be a really good map for us or a really bad one. There's no in between. Oh, it's a down tier too. Yeah, I probably need to like update my worth on there, but we'll probably wait till the streams go live for that. But yeah, so what we're doing today is we're actually streaming both on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So it's a little bit something new that we're trying out. Oh no. I just did a mistake. Like those smoke shells. I forgot about that. I should have probably got rid of that. Oh well. So we just spaded this Chieftain Mark 10, so the last thing we needed was smoke, so I forgot to take those off. If I can get all the way over here on the left side of the map. You want me streaming this? Yeah, Freeman, we're gonna be streaming the stream soon, so it'll be about 20 minutes away. Oh no, not an STRV. Sorry, I gotta do this to you. Yeah, this is what I was a little bit worried about with this game. The enemies are really pushing the capture points. You can tell our invite. Well, for me, I'm doing everything solo right now. Because we're testing out a bunch of stuff, so we might have like technical difficulties and everything. Alright, you're just a martyr. Goodbye. And we're at Chieftain Mark 10, so your stuff doesn't matter. Got my first nuke with the 8.0 M60 and the XM800T. That XM800T is really, really good now, with it being a higher battle rating. It was still good at 7.7, but at the same time, its gun just wasn't good enough for like all the heavy tanks you could see. Okay. I was playing the Fox the other day too, and that vehicle's still doing insanely good. They have a new one coming this update for Germany. It's going to be kind of similar to the XM800T and all those guys, but it's a lot bigger. So I'm not sure how that one's going to be. It's probably going to be similar to the Japanese ones, to where they're still good, but they're kind of huge, so they get spotted out a bunch. Oh. Why do you have to hit my smoke? I didn't hit that. Bullets at Oosh. Alright, Venom time. I've not played this thing in forever. I'm not sure if we'll watch the Russian dev stream though, just because it's going to be like a repeat of information. So we might skip out on that one because we also can't understand it. But we'll definitely do the English side one. They got one plane up. Okay, most of our team is in their spawn. How are you? I think it's a prop of some kind. I want to get rid of these bombs though first. Oh, there's a Sergeant York in there. Wow. I didn't realize they was going to be just looking at the planes. Fair enough. The Sergeant York is one of those like SPAs. I'm just super surprised never goes up in battle rating for how good it is with the proxy rounds and everything. Like it's insane for what it is. Oh, it's just a little Stuka. No wonder it seems so slow. Can I buy my way through the battle pass? I think you can in a couple of months. I think there's like a time gate period where they don't let people do that. For like, I think it's like halfway through the battle pass that you can start doing that in. Or when like majority of people's halfway through it. They have one dude left. Oh, they have another heli. Man, what do you guys think about the battle passes go around? Is it a skip or is it actually a get for you guys? I'm gonna get it no matter what because, well, I get the vehicles, right? But looking at it so far, it's like what you get. You get the 177 and then you get the boat. Terrible. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, like, the only good thing about the battle pass is like the silver lions. If you buy the battle passes, you should really never have a problem with silver lions because they give you a ton of it during these battle pass seasons. And also boosters and everything. 9 minutes. Do we think we can get one game in? I think we can. We'll do it. Play China again. I have the stream on another screen, so if it starts, we just like switch over to that. Alright, so question to the YouTube people, is the stream okay? Because I'm not sure if it is. Hopefully everything looks nice. You love the HE177? Oh, fully understandable. Yeah, we're trying a little bit something different this go around, so we're dual streaming to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. The Twitch stream has been alive for a little bit longer than the YouTube ones because we let it go for a little bit just to make sure it didn't like cut out or anything. I think I need to get in Naval. Do you know how to get in Naval? Buy a premium boat, Freeman, and just play. Or no, you gotta buy a premium battleship so you never die. And then you get a bunch of stuff for it. Yeah, bomber is neat, but man, yeah. That's how I feel about it. Like, maybe to be a little bit better in like ground whenever it gets an air spawn, but just playing it from the test drive, it's very hard to make those rockets work. Because the burn time on the motor for the rockets is pretty short. I think it's like 6 seconds maybe. And then after that, it's actually hard to see where your missile's going. You have a little bitty tracer that you can see. This is where I'm always worried whenever I go to this area by myself. That one in front of us. There's 2 of them. I did my job though, because what I want to do is I want to stop these guys. So they can't get behind us. Sad, that really did not get your breach. Alright, let's see what's over here now. Hopefully there's some guys. Oh, there's like a dude just camping right there. What are you doing? Hey, how's it going, Sandra? Hope you're doing well. I need to get over to like the B side and just help all those guys out. Like, hang on, why do I got these people down here? Bit weird. What's that shooting rockets? What's the best premium or non-premium lineup for Naval? Is it 6-0? For Naval? I mean, it really depends. Like, I think each nation has like a different good lineup. I really wish I wouldn't have got that tree in my way. I still can't see, can I? I just had to guess. Yeah, I ain't gonna win that one. That was my mistake right there. I shouldn't have knocked over that tree.
Another zone captured, we have the advantage.
Golf girl or femboy? What kind of question is that? It's clearly got to be the golf girl. Consider getting the battle pass just for the SL, the Max Germany and level Russia, US at the same time. Yeah, it's a good way to get SL. Like, on top of everything that you make playing for the battle pass, it's gonna easily give you surplus. Like, you'll get enough to where you will never have to worry about it again, which is always a good thing. Alright, so hang on, we got 2 minutes. There, they went live yet? Not yet. They'll probably be late by like 5 to 10 minutes. That's how it always is. B34 is in customs. Well, that's just worth under for you. People will say the weirdest of things. Like, here's the thing. Like, here's a funny thing, right? So whenever I make the videos and everything, I have chat on. So like, if anyone's chatted in this game, like, you'll be able to see it. I don't think it's good to like turn it off or anything, because like, you know, some people give you some like good callouts and everything, which I like. But at the same time, I never really look at it. So there's been a ton of times where people like called out in like the comment section of the videos of just people going wild in chat. It's always fun to go look at them. Yeah, this is worth under players for you. One right there. No, that's the M2CA. I couldn't tell if that was him or was that somebody else. What's even happening right now? Oh, the swing fire. I think it was right there. No, that wasn't him. I have no clue where he's at. Let's see the missiles coming across. There's smoke right there. Oh, he hit him. Not the Mark 10 through the turret ring. Bad for that man. Yeah, every so often you do get some good info. I do agree. That's why I don't like to completely turn it off. But yeah, most of the time it's just straight up noise. Kind of feel bad for this enemy team. Alright, let's see. The timer is now done and they are live, so let's get over to it real quick. Alright, I think I have this thing ready to go, so let's see here. Oh, they do have DLSS stuff on. Alright, let's see. Do I have it ready? Alright, so if you don't know what we're doing here is we're actually switching over to the dev stream to see what these guys are doing. Oh, let me get rid of that real quick. Let's see here. The countdown, that go away. Wind up buffer. Hang on, technical difficulties here. Yeah, we'll get in a second. Oh, where's it at? There it goes. Yeah, it's live. Well, we have it now. Hopefully you're able to hear it. I think you should be able to now.
Really, really good, but does have some stuff to figure out. So yeah,
Let's turn them down just a smidge. Oh, why was so delayed?
Waiting for a really long time.
There we go.
This is the T77, the E1 variant. This is the one with the plexiglass housings here. These don't actually have any protection.
It's strange the YouTube stream is clearer than Twitch. Yeah, because on YouTube you can have a higher bitrate than you can on Twitch.
The commander can also fire the main gun, so if you lose the gunner, the commander can take over, which is really nice. Overall, it's...
You can't hear them? Is it too low?
A lot better in up tiers as well. While the M19 and the Duster are pretty good regarding anti-tank ability, this one not so much. It's very, very forgiving. At the moment, I don't think it has a reload either, and I can also give you a little test drive. I just want to show something else. For people like me who have higher resolution monitors as well, the tracer resolution has been increased, so they're much more bright.
Can't hear them at all.
Very, very clearly at range now. Like previously, I struggled with that a lot. I'd always complain about it, not being able to see. But yeah, now.
What about now?
Very, very visible. You can see them a lot.
I increased it.
Yeah, this is gonna be really nice as well. I was a bit worried that the flash from the gun's gonna blind you, but it's actually not too bad. Got a really nice concentration of fire.
Still no?
Traverse is really quick, and elevation it can almost go straight up. It's like 85, I think. So it's very, very.
Hey, hang on.
Great. Basically, pretty much any lineup until you get some of the more really advanced.
What about now?
Nice. So really good to see that one, and as well, of course, we're gonna have the skink as well. For the USA. It's not going to take the place of any other anti-air units that would be added. We've got a lot more
There you go.
there.
Okay, there we go.
It's just an extra on top, really. With the RAM also
we got it 70%
added
now,
to the
so
UK,
we'll
which
be
we
able to
can
hear
look at later as well.
Alright, so the F-117 is 10-0.
B-17G.
Oh, we got
B-17s.
What is this?
4,000-pound bombs underneath. It's pretty cool. It's a new. I think that's new. In my brain, it's not. I think it is. And we also have a couple more vehicles that have the internal modules added as well. There's a full list on the changelog. You can have a look a bit later. But for now, a few of the more notorious higher tier vehicles that have a lot of empty space have got some new bits and bobs inside as well. So.
Alright, so HSTV
check them out
nerf.
later.
That's gonna be fun.
We can
It
probably
just
show
got
you
buffed
a few of them as we go along.
the proxy round.
All right, Tom, set up the custom battle because we are going to be testing the stealth capabilities of this
Also,
thing right
two
here.
dogs now. Yeah,
Ladies
Mike and Oxy
gentlemen,
both have one.
this is the F-117. The
Alright,
first
so we were
stealth
right. The
aircraft
battle
we're
rating
adding
for
to
air
the
is
game,
8.7.
and yes, it does have
Ground
stealth
battle rating is
capabilities, which
10.0.
we're going to be showing you in the custom battle
Okay.
in a second. Now,
That's
it looks
pretty crazy.
very nice. I'm going to be real with you. It's a bit useless.
Well, I mean, it depends what you want to use it for.
Well, let's go over the stats of it. So benefits. It looks really cool, and it does reduce the range at which you can be locked on by radar. In fact, almost completely null.
Oh, why are you buffering? YouTube has been doing this lately. I don't know why. Let's put it 1080p. It's not even when I've been streaming, right? It's just been just randomly. We might have to actually use the Twitch stream. All right, you know what? That's what we'll do. Hang on, give me a second. We'll just go to the Twitch stream since it's more reliable. Yeah, buff. Yeah, I know.
And we're going to see how the radar of the
Sad
F-15
though.
can
The
cope
Twitch stream is going to be like lower
that.
quality, which always
Okay, you
sucks.
sent me an invite. Very good.
I think all the settings are right.
That should be good.
Should be
You're
hopefully.
All right.
Right now.
Let's see how this goes. Something is unplugging up and replugging stuff. I think it may be my keyboard. There we go.
This in that sick bomber gameplay.
That's good.
Beep, beep, beep. Right, I am bringing out a mixture of AIM-120s as well as AIM-9Ls. We are going to be testing out the reduced IR emissions of the plane as well. However, from our previous testing so far, it's not all that great compared to, for example, helicopters with their IR countermeasure systems. Okay, we are in. Let's see. Tom is going to be somewhere right in front of me. However, right now, I still cannot log onto him at all. There we go. He is. Hi. Okay, so I can lock onto him from a fairly far distance. That is because he's not flying directly towards me. If he flies a bit more towards me, like right now, I'm having some trouble locking onto that. 5 kilometers away, 4 kilometers away, 3 kilometers away. It is really sensitive. So the plane has to be basically facing directly towards the radar source in order to be able to almost completely negate a radar lock. All other aspects will still give a little bit more of a radar signature, less so than in other planes. So it is still going to be not quite as easy to lock on.
All right, so one more time, is like my volume compared to them, like are you able to hear me as well?
At the current battery rating sits at 8.7. It's not going to
be a little bit louder than them.
In air anyway, in ground it's a bit higher, but yeah, I know.
So it is going to be facing stuff with much worse radar.
But the question I have for this vehicle.
Okay, for the next test, let's test out the IR capabilities.
Okay,
about the same. All right, so let me reduce them a little bit
Okay.
because I want to be louder
From
than
behind
them.
it doesn't work all that well
like
still. It does mask the IR signature somewhat, but you can still look onto it from fairly far away. And even from the front,
the thing about it is most of the SPAs, at least in ground,
the F-117 does not have any kind of countermeasures.
Will have IRST lock,
no
right?
chance of evading that one.
Absolutely not.
Okay, let's go back to the hangar. There's one more feature we can show actually with this.
So I'm wondering, like the SPAs, are they still going to be able to lock this thing?
Sort of a mini
like with just
replay,
IRST?
which records all the hits you have taken and given throughout your battles.
So happy for this.
And there's a new button here at the bottom. The hit analysis. You go onto that. And of course, I only fired one missile at you, but it will tell me exactly where the missile impacted.
Yep.
And it will give you a list for every kill that you got, as well as every hit that you received yourself. So if you get killed by a random missile from 5 kilometers away, you will know what missile it was, where exactly it hit you, and even how far away it was launched from.
So I look on my end too. I have the exact same screen that Mike has, and I can also simulate the same shot. So same with ground as well. So if you ever get killed by something that seems a bit weird, or you don't really see exactly how you died, it will show you. Which works really well in a couple of ways, primarily just for understanding like how did I die, how did I do that, what happened, and it will show you how that happened. But also if there are any issues, this will also help catch them much more effectively. They should also be able to be saved in a way that can be reported as errors as well, I think, a bit more effectively. So really good. I've been excited for
You know what this will actually be like really good for is those holes in armor.
Excellent.
Like where you could pin the like Type 90s with like a 50 cal, you can report it with that
which means
feature.
you can get this thing for free. You don't need to participate in an event or buy it. You have the option of quickly buying it if you want to skip the whole progression system of the squadron. But as long as you're on a squadron, you can just AFKly get this thing entirely for free, which I think is a good solution because it gives everyone access to a stealth plane. However, not very useful it may be.
Yeah, I think the squadron vehicle is really the perfect way for it because, like any other way, you know, you might be getting something that wouldn't actually be that effective. But a squadron vehicle makes it like a very much an optional thing. So if you're interested in it, you go into it understanding that it may not be the most like meta thing ever, but it's like a bit of fun if you use it in the right way. And also
Eh,
customs or that
I
kind of thing,
disagree
it's a
with
really
that
nice one to
completely.
fly around, and it just looks really
Like
cool anyway.
if
so-
they wanted to
come
actually
on.
add this
It's
vehicle
just,
in, they
yeah,
should have did it
beautiful.
as a dreams come true.
Absolutely.
With
And
that.
yeah, these are the current modifications.
Like I
as they
understand
are.
it'd be terrible that like you
Little
can't get access to it
disclaimer,
again,
as
but
we
this
always
vehicle's
have to do
worthless.
on these dev streams. You can see the text right above my head. This is work in progress. Stats may not be final. What you see in terms of loadouts, weapon performance, battle ratings, all that stuff. It may
And they're
already
also
be
putting
finalized,
it in as a
may not
strike
be
aircraft,
finalized, so
so
don't take it too seriously.
you
Take
can
it with a grain
technically
of
have a full
salt,
team of these guys,
in
and
case
they can't do
something that
anything
seems a bit
at
weird.
8-7.
Anyway, let's move on to the next plane. We have the F-15E Strike Eagle. This is a CAS-focused variant of the F-15. Oh, sorry.
That looks
This
like an
is a-
F-15.
This is a CAS-focused variant of the F-15
That's gonna suck
with
to grind,
access
it
to
is.
some very, very nice
You
weapon
get 2 bombs and that's
loadouts.
it.
You can bring paveways, you can bring JDAMs, you can bring dumb bombs as well as parachute drag bombs. You can bring a ton of these paveway 2s. And most importantly, you can bring this.
What is that, Mike?
This is the GBU-39 glide bomb. So these are essentially GPS guided bombs. However, unlike the previous GPS guided bombs, like the JDAMs, they do have deployable little wings, which allow them to travel a much, much, much further distance. In fact, you can see it has a 700-second guidance time.
Yeah. Okay.
If you launch it from high enough and fast enough, up to Mach 1, after that you cannot launch them anymore, these can probably travel over 40 kilometers quite
That's
easily.
very impressive, yeah.
They are very, very nice. I'm going to quickly take them into a test flight and also show you our new test flight menu. We have been working on the one for aircraft. You can now select a few options, like for example, what map you want to be playing on, the altitude you spawn
Okay,
on.
this is
Yes,
actually really
finally,
good
you don't
too.
have to spawn on the airfield, take time climbing, and then use your weapons. You can just spawn in the air now, which is a huge, huge update. And you can even select what type of vehicles you're going to be facing on the ground. It's going to be either modern vehicles, MBTs, or World War II stuff. And they all respawn as well, which means you can just go ahead and do your cast training as much as you want without any issues at all.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go into it real quick. We're going to test out our new...
Yeah, this is
Oh,
a really nice
yeah.
change. This is something
Oh,
that I
yeah,
even
there we go.
suggested Teddy.
We have so many new graphical effects, it's a bit hard to keep track of
We
everything.
do,
So,
yeah.
we have a new afterburner. Several new afterburners, in fact. You're going to see later on the SU-34 as a completely different
Now the
graphic
only
for
thing
the
that they need to
afterburners
add to it
with
is to
blue
where you can
flames.
customize which vehicles
we
are
have
down there.
trails finally when you do high G maneuvers.
Like the high to low thing's
high angle
cool,
attack
but at
maneuvers,
the
I should
same
say,
time,
which looks
if you can
absolutely insane on
customize
this
the individual
F-15.
vehicle, that'd be even better.
All right, let's try and use our glide bombs now. This is a bit close, of course, but it should still work. Given that these are GPS guided, you can actually fairly easily... Oh, did I forget to bring the targeting pod? Right, I forgot to bring targeting pod.
It's the dev stream curse every time.
But you can lock them all manually. With the targeting pod, it's going to be way easier, of course, because you can just click on all the targets at once and take them on all
They
out.
have some boats
at
out there
once.
too.
Manually is going to be a bit harder, but it still does work. We're going to show it with the targeting pod on the SU-34, because that one also gets glide bombs, which are absolutely nasty. Okay, I think that is it for the Americans. Let's move on to the next.
Yeah, I've got a couple of little things to show you, as well as a larger thing. So, the earlier Focke-Wulfs, the
Oh no,
A-variants,
what
I
have
don't
they
think
done to the
A8s
Gillette
and the
Panzer?
F8s
Come on, that thing's
have it,
already like really
but
good.
they have new cockpits, the early versions. There'll be a full exactly which versions have it. But we have a new cockpit, looks really nice. For like 10 years, I was annoyed by the crust on like this little like brace alongside the rim, and now it looks really good. So I'm really happy to see that. So yeah, these all have new cockpits. Same with the Stukas as well. I think every variant of the Stuka has one. I don't think there's one that's missing. I don't think so. Maybe that's wrong, but I think they all have it. And they're all like a little bit different. Like the Gs obviously don't have the window at the bottom there. But yeah, a couple of new, nice new cockpits. There's a
Is that
few
premium
more, I think,
behind
for the
Mike?
BB1 and the SU2, which I don't know if we'll have time to show you, maybe at the very end. But yeah, they look really nice.
Let's see. Once
Also
they go
another
out.
small one, well, small semantically.
Oh, it looks like it could
The
be.
JE288 is getting
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple of extra bombs, so it now gets the 2 giant 2,500 kilogram bombs in the middle. Previously, it was just the Satans, aren't they? But now it gets these 2 bigger ones as well.
Bigger bombs.
Not the most impactful for air realistic, because these ones will knock out a mini base anyway. But for ground, these will be very, very mean.
Volume
So,
too low. Can hear they're
well,
talking, but
288's
can't
on sale
understand
at the
them.
moment,
Hang on,
so
I'll just one
obviously
more
it's not in the
time.
game now, but if you want to...
I'm trying to make it to where I'm just slightly louder than them, so I can talk over them. Right?
Quite
I hadn't
like
seen those bombs up until now. They look
70%.
cartoonishly large.
I think it's the HE111, one of those can carry it, the standard one, but yeah, now this one gets 2 in the internal bay, which is something.
Okay, I guess we can show the ground vehicle whilst we do the
Let's do that, yeah.
Okay, inviting you to the session. All right, we have been doing a little bit of a rework of one of the oldest and favorite maps in the game, Abandoned Factory. You may know the old cab rush on.
What have they done to Abandoned Factory? They better not ruin
easier.
this map too. This
Yeah,
is my
so
favorite
the
map.
layout itself
What
hasn't
is
changed
this?
all that much.
Okay,
However,
they just
we
like
have
changed the orientation of the map so
a
far.
lot of little graphical details, some objects, foliage, all the good stuff, and it looks absolutely amazing.
Yes, so Mike says a lot, really is a lot. Like I said earlier, it's like upgrading like a PS2 game to like a PS5 game. It looks really, really good. So yesterday I was playing around on this map. We were talking with one of the map designers and talking about the new map, and I was like, okay, I'll have a look. And then I realized that I'd lost like 2 hours of work time just like driving around, and I didn't get anything done for like the first 2 hours. But yeah, it's really, really nice. So as Mike said, there's not really too much, I think, at all that's changed in terms of the flow of the map or how the map actually is structured. It's mostly purely visual.
Makes me uncomfortable. It does
we can
make
show you
you.
as we go around. It's pretty much like an entire overhaul. Like I think
Oh, it looks
basically
so
all of
weird.
the assets are upgraded.
I like the old map
And
version
yeah, like
better.
I'm someone that loves detail, just looking at just little things all over. So it's really, really good. It's a lovely upgrade. And yeah, I can also show you the looks as we drive around. So yeah, like pretty much like an analog to the XM800T or the Fox or something.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
this thing's like a BTR.
It's nice that
more
Germany
than
gets one of these too.
X-Man
It's pretty nice in terms of mobility. The elevation is also quite nice. You can use it as like a pseudo anti-air as well. With the HVAP, you get it's the standard penetration for a gun like this. Pretty nice overall. It's got a bit of artificial survivability with being like so long. So you can take some shots, but the armor's obviously not that impressive overall. But yeah, in terms of mobility, what
Same
you
but
can actually do
different.
with it.
It's kind of hard to tell what's
There's a lot of
different
options,
because of the
which is
ray
really nice.
tracing
It's a
stuff
great
that
like
they have
lineup
on.
vehicle, especially if you're up-tiered as well, and the vehicles that you usually have that can't rely as much on their armor. This thing doesn't need to in any case.
But
so
yeah,
it's
it looks
basically
more or less
up-tier proof in that
shadows have
regard.
been like
So
improved
it's a
more
very
than
nice
anything.
thing to have for sure.
And maybe like the building textures.
Do you guys remember those old GTA 5 videos where people were trying to see if they could stop the trains? Well, before you couldn't really do much with the trains. There were static objects, which kind of limited map flow, especially if you had a powerful vehicle, you kind of were funneled in. Yeah, we have changed that, at least on this map. You can now derail the train tracks, you can push them away, you can make your own pathways, which should open up the map to a lot more gameplay options, and Jesus Christ, that just caused a massive amount of damage there. So yeah, you can now push the train tracks.
I'll give it a chance.
If you want to have some
but
custom battles, just trying to see where you can push all the train tracks into.
I can already
I kinda
imagine
wanna see
somebody
if someone
pushing
can
around a
somehow
train
manage to push one of the train cars
using it as like
onto
spaced
the
armor.
roof on A.
You can probably do some crust stuff, yeah.
That would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they do. There's a bit of work to do on them, but they can move along the rails as well. So if you sort of want to make some
the
kind
dog
of
you or
passive
Michael's
cover along
boom?
the way, you can kind of do that as well.
They both get a dog
which is
because
nice.
yeah,
So yeah,
that's what I
before
wanna
they
do.
had some elements to them you could shoot through, and some
Yeah,
that
it
were
does really
completely-
look
where you
really
couldn't,
janky.
do any damage through them at all. So the difference there is nice. It makes them a bit more dynamic and helps a fair bit. So yeah, definitely have a look through.
I don't know. I'm kind of
explore the map.
indifferent about that change, but at the
the guy
same
that
time,
did
I
the
kind of don't like it
bulk of the work on it, like it's really impressive. So please send the guys.
because
some
it's going to be
thanks,
one
'cause
of those
it's
things
really,
that
really
like
nice.
if you know about it, you can abuse it, but if you
Alright,
don't know
let's
about
move
it,
on
then you're
to
going to
the
get
next
confused by it.
vehicle. Germany is not only getting the
Like whenever you've been playing this
we are
map for like
also
12
adding the
years,
Eastern
and then someone just
German
randomly
OSA
pushes the train out of the way, you're going to be really confused.
It is
When
based
normally
on
they
the,
could have never
Soviet
went that
OSA
direction.
AK, and it features 6 missiles, which are mouse guided. You also have a radar. In the current version, it doesn't have IRST. I'm not sure if it is supposed to have that. We'll see once the update goes live. But most importantly, it does have a fairly large launch range, 10.3 kilometers. gives the Germans a fairly good anti-air defense at this battle rating. As mentioned, it is mouse aimed. Rocket diameter is pretty good, so you have a lot of explosive mass, which also leads to a fairly large explosion radius. And we can quickly go into a test drive with it, just to show you the maneuverability of the missile itself.
For whatever reason, I always thought this vehicle was really small, but it's giant.
It is massive.
It's really big. I had no idea.
Okay, so it completely blocks your screen. If you're trying to aim at anything without zooming in, good luck.
Yes.
You do have a massive radar array at the top, which currently... Oh, it is already modeled, okay. So you can fold it down, which should help a
It only
little
says 6
bit.
missiles.
It's a stylish fold.
And you do have IRC. Okay, good. So you can still lock onto stuff without the radar being active. And the missile itself can't be used in very close ranges, but it is fairly maneuverable. Doesn't wobble around too much and is a decent speed. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the internal stuff. You have a lot of jolly fellows right
Couple of
there.
fellas, yeah, hanging out.
Interesting enough, nothing in the turret itself. So if you can somehow find a hill where you can hull down this absolute monstrosity, you may actually be able to hull down it and not have your crew be destroyed. Although the missiles are
Well,
a
it'll just
rather
get
big weak spot.
overpressured,
And
Mike.
I
Like,
want
it
to
just
test
takes
something which
one
we
and
haven't tested
beat up
yet.
that
It
shell.
looks amphibious.
It does indeed.
Also, you could just shoot the
But is
launchers
it
and kill it.
amphibious?
They can't really haul it down it.
It is amphibious. Okay, yeah, chat. World's first SBA platform that can be launched on water. You can be now naval game player. Yes. Anyway, this is
Look
the
at
OSA
already do this.
AKM. There are a few other nations that will also get it. So we have Germany. We also have Russia, which will get their own version. And Italy, interesting enough, also gets access to the OSA AKM. So 3 nations getting a new SAM missile system for helping you out in ground RB. All right, what do we
I understand why
have
it's 10-3 is because it only
we
gets 6
have the
missiles, but it's
USSR.
6 really good
We do.
missiles though.
I can show you the next.
Oh, this
Dreams
thing's
Come True
4-0.
vehicle, which
Oh
is the
no.
KV-7. This is the
It's going straight
U13
into
model,
that really good
with
lineup.
this gun array. It's going to be pretty nice. It's a really cool vehicle to have. It's one of those that like I never thought would actually come to the game. So I'm really glad it is. But yeah, obviously it's on the KV chassis.
Alright, show the
it
armor.
has the armor
Show
layout,
the
the
armor.
more
Oh, you
advanced
went over
versions
for
that
just
have
like
the
a
extra
second.
plate on
Come on,
top.
do it again.
So hull armor's pretty good. The top is 75 plus 25.
Nope.
So flat on, you are still going to get hit.
Yeah,
by
if you're
stuff
getting
like
pinned
that.
by
You can
76
angle.
Panzer forces, this
Angling
thing's
is
dead.
pretty solid. You can.
This thing is
If
effectively
you
worse than a
angle
KV.
just enough,
Or a
you probably
KV-1A.
keep moving. You're at range. You can just about shrug off the German 75 at most ranges.
Well, look at
so yeah,
that.
armor-wise,
Like,
it's
look at
pretty
that
good
plate
against
right
the weak
below it,
guns
though.
or
If you angle,
really,
you
really
just give them
solid
that
against some
plate
of the
to shoot
stronger
at.
guns. You have means to protect yourself a bit. Obviously, the gun traverse isn't very much though, so you can't traverse them too far either side. But they work really nice. You can shotgun them all together or fire them individually. So you know, loading up with
Another
APCR,
SPA
maybe if
Russia
you're flying
doesn't
some of the
need.
stronger stuff,
Yeah,
just to
but
disable
Going to every other
the
nation, though.
gunner or the breach or something like that, and then finishing them off with a 76. There's lots of options. It's a really nice vehicle, and yeah, it's going to be very fun. We've got a lot of things planned for this as well. So yeah, very
I'm
excited.
going to like this vehicle, but
ready?
also hate it at
I
the
am
same
ready.
time.
I am ready indeed. Ladies and
Pretty cool
gentlemen,
little
let me
vehicle, though.
introduce you the plane you can see right there. This is the Su-34, and let me just give you a quick demonstration before you go into stats and stuff. Firstly, you may notice we also have a new airfield. There are various new airfield variants that you can also find in Air RB to make it look a bit nicer and more immersive, including some skid marks over there so you know where you're supposed to be touching down. Yes, you're not supposed to be touching down at the end of the runway. I see way too many people doing that. Terrible. You may have also seen the vapor trails on the top of the plane as you do high AOA maneuver. The flight model of this thing is fairly interesting. It can pull insane AOA, but also
What do you
keep
guys
the
think? Do you
speed
think they're going to
completely
show off
doing
the
so.
tornado with brimstones? I
And
kind of
you
feel
may
like
have
they
noticed
won't.
I am
Just
carrying
'cause they don't
a
wanna
new
hear
type
people
of
talk
weapon,
about
the
it.
Grom 1. Let's see what we can do with it, shall we?
It's got to work. It's got to
into a
work.
vertical. I mentioned here on yesterday's stream, Forfew effect. I really hope this works. If it does, it should look very, very cool. Because if you enable full real controls, you can do silly stuff like this.
Yeah, ace combating. Let's go. That's great.
Yep, this plane can fully Cobra. You can do some absolutely insane post-stall maneuvers. It's honestly just so fun to play. However, of course, in actual battle, it's not going to be all that useful trying to do this because you bleed so much speed.
They need to
It's going
talk
to be
about
very easy for the
everything.
enemy to pick you off with
Yeah, but the
missiles
brimstones
and,
have some
with
like
the
huge
guns.
controversy with it right
But
now.
come on, it's so fun.
It really is, yeah.
Did the
There's a
gun
lot of fun
move?
stuff you can
No,
do, especially
well,
with
it kind of
cinematics
moves,
and that
Freeman,
sort of
but
thing.
it's
Yeah, absolutely.
And for like
it's a casematic tank
you know,
destroyer,
the
so
1 in 1,000 games where
it's
it
not
actually
gonna move
works and you get a
much.
kill with it. So
you're still going to have to move the tank
yeah, it's
around
very
and
nice.
shoot.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Grom. There are two new variants of this, well, bomb/missile. It is technically a guided bomb, a glide bomb. The Grom 2 is a pure glide bomb without rocket assistance. The Grom 1 does have rocket assistance, which allows you to engage targets from very, very, very far away. Slight issue there is they are all GPS guided, so they will not work against moving targets, only stationary targets. But because you can carry 6 of them, let's see what we can do against that column of MBTs that is over there.
Go for it.
We do have the internal camera, which does not have thermal vision, but that's fine. We can just fire off all our missiles individually. We don't need to lock on anything. They are GPS guided, so as long as the target stays stationary, it is all fine. It's stupid, but I love doing this.
It's good, yeah.
All right. Let's check out the modifications and stats in the hangar real quick then.
Yeah, it's basically what it is, Viking. It's just a cast version.
Let's see. All right. Modifications. You have a lot to go for here. You have everything from KH-25s, KH-29s, the Groms, the KH-38ML, which is going to be a better option for ground RB probably with moving targets. You do have access to a full array of air-to-air missiles. You can bring a lot of R-77s and R-73s. R-73s in particular are going to be very interesting on this plane if you're doing one-on-one dogfights, given that you can do such extreme post-stall maneuvers, and the R-73 by itself is thrust vectoring. You can do some very, very fun Ace Combat type stuff, which is absolutely amazing. You do have some very big guided bombs as well, 1,500 kilograms, which you can take multiple of, and there are multiple various different types with TV guidance.
There's an
I think there's a
MIA.
laser guided one, as well as a dumb bomb. You can carry
They
a lot
add
of
one at least every
KH-29s,
update,
a lot
Teddy.
of bombs, a lot of these Groms. Quickly showing you the stats of the Grom, if I can make this show up roughly in red mode. So the Grom 1 has a very, very good missile guidance time of 400 seconds, and it is still a bomb. It is basically a 500 kilogram bomb, which does mean you have a lot more explosive damage splash radius than you do with missiles of, well, equivalent number you can carry. And given that they are rocket assisted, you can also fire them above Mach 1, and they will also accelerate to a decent speed. Guidance is decent. It's not quite as maneuverable perhaps as regular
Yeah, we have to
GPS
see what they
bombs
do,
because
Teddy,
can't quite
because
pull, the same AOA.
they might be useless for
But
like
they are
ground
much more
RB.
maneuverable than
but
laser guided bombs.
With
which
the
is very
new
good.
ground targets in
And then
there,
we
they
also
might
have
actually be pretty
the
nice for like
Grom
ground attacking.
2, if I can find it, there we go.
But then
The
you
Grom
also
2 is
you also have like a
basically the
ton of
same
stuff to make you a
thing,
fighter
except
too.
It doesn't
So
get a rocket assist motor, which theoretically does mean you have less of a range.
we just
with
have
it.
to see how they kind of
However,
go.
it also means your launch isn't going to be as obvious. If you use this in ground RP, you're going to you can launch these bombs without the SPA system maybe noticing that you have launched them, which can be an advantage in and of itself.
Absolutely.
And if you want to know where it is in the tech tree, it is going to be right at the end of the SU line here after the SU-24. I'm really wanting to look at chat after the stream. All right. Next up, we have the Object 140.
Yeah, I can quickly show this as a new store premium vehicle. Very nice. It's a bit lower than the 55, and also 1BR lower than the T62 as well. Visually quite similar. The armor is a bit different. The hull is the same thickness, but it has a slightly harsher angle, so it's a bit more impressive there. Also has this slight sloping, like some of the IS tanks on the side of the hull. So if you angle it, it actually can be quite good. And the turret as well is also not too bad. But yeah, most important is the gun, which is really nice with APHE. You get a huge penetration, really. It can't overpressure.
Good, so it gets
doesn't have quite
APDS
enough,
and
HE
heat
filler,
as well.
but really powerful. It's, you're mostly going to one-shot what you hit anyway, so it's a very forgiving round in that regard as well. But apart from that, it's the standard stuff. So technology, not incredible.
What was the
you don't
KV7
have,
and update trailer? Because it's
much in
technically a
terms
part
any
of this
thermals or
update.
anything like that. We've got the stabilizer,
So
and sort of that
basically,
more, like,
whenever
rugged,
you
sort of
see the
Sovietness
event
of the,
starts, is probably when this
earlier
update's coming
MBTs
out.
they have. Also got the KBVT on the top, which is nice for low-flying aircraft and some light vehicles too. It's going to be nice. It's one I've been looking forward to for quite a while, and yeah, it's quite fun to play. It's always satisfying to slot stuff with a
Yeah, it'll be
giant
fine. It
HE
won't be
or
broken or
APHE
anything.
rather.
But
Could
it's
show the
unique
transmission real
because
quick, just see what
it's
the
not
reverse
the
speed looks like.
115 anymore. It's the 100 millimeter.
8.0 kilometers is
should
above
be
average
pretty
for
fun to
Russian tanks,
play.
I feel, but it's not great.
It's similar enough mobility-wise to some of the other analogs that you'll have in the tree. Reload, I think, is the same.
But the
as
question
the,
is like,
the regular
if you're looking
100
for a
millimeter.
premium grinder,
So,
why would you
yeah,
pick
it's like
this
a
one over the
side grade, to a lot of the
TO55?
other vehicles that are
And
there
the
already.
big
And I think it
question I
fits
have
nice.
with
It's got a
it.
really strong lineup, so yeah, it's a good one to go for. I
That
think.
thing's insane at
It's gonna be fun.
8.0.
All right. And finally, Russia is also getting access to a new helicopter. This is the Mi-8 AMT, and I have no idea how to say that. Word salad. Anyway, this variant gets access to some interesting weapons. There we go, sorry. Access to the attacker missile. Not the greatest of ranges, but it is a tandem heat warhead, so it should be fairly effective against ERA plates. You have access to some
What's
gun
the
pods
battle
as well.
rating? That's all that
This one is
matters
fairly
about this
interesting.
thing.
It's a gun pod that combines a 12.7 millimeter gun as well as two 7.62s in minigun configuration, which gives you an absolutely insane fire rate. However, given that they are rather low caliber, they don't have a lot of penetration power, and you can't gimbal them. So, yeah,
look cool,
a bit of an issue. They do look cool. They look very cool. You have access to your rockets as well as a fair amount of the Igla air-to-air missiles, and you can mix and match them as you want, given that the custom weapon loadouts are available for this helicopter. All right, let's move on to Britain.
Yeah. I can show you a couple of bits and bobs. So this is the RAM. It's the same as the version.
There
of the
we go.
American
We
tree. It's
have
not gonna
the war
disappear from the
prisoner
American tree,
from
at least,
America.
right now.
We had to do a
Gets
trade for the
unique
skink
skin
with it.
here, and it's nice to have it in the British tree. I've been like, ever since it came out for the American tree, like I don't know, 10 years ago, whenever it was. I've been wanting it in this one too. It's really nice to have it. It's good
55,
lineup as
man.
well,
The
37
problem with it,
around
Viking,
BI,
is
you
that
do a lot
it's
with it.
8.7 now.
The RAM itself is also
So
a
it
very
sees
nice
a
vehicle,
lot
so
harder
nice
opponents
little premium.
than
And
8.0
also I can show you the scimitar,
T55 will.
which is
Yeah,
like
which the only
a slightly
difference is
sort
the
of chubbier
flamethrower
fox.
And no
Offensively, they are very, very similar.
APFSDS.
But as this
It's also
is a bit
got a
bigger
stabilizer
and
in
doesn't have
8.0.
wheels, obviously, it's a little less adept mobility-wise. It's not quite as ratty as the Fox. Has a little bit less gun depression and elevation. But apart from that, it's a very similar vehicle. And obviously, this is the first version of the Scimitar as well. I'm sure we'll get some of the beefier versions down the line in the future. But yeah, it's a bit different from the Fox.
They
It's
said they were
probably slightly
trading,
more
or not
survivable
trading,
in
but they
some
were like
situations, but
fixing the gun.
generally they're going to
with
be
the
quite
30 mil,
similar.
or did they like
Off-road,
hold
it's
off with that again?
pretty good, and obviously as it's tracked. But yeah, gun, same. So nothing too drastically different, but it's a nice alternative option.
Oh, if you're trying to post a link,
Hey,
Teddy,
nothing
hang
else.
on.
It's the second spawn with a
Might be able to
fairly
fix
good
that.
gun, as long as you get onto the flanks of enemies.
I just have the
It's
like
fucking
setting
abilities.
on for that
Alright,
because of
we also have another squadron vehicle.
let's go
This
for the like
is
scam
the
bots keep coming through.
Superhinds.
The boy.
It's a South African variant, in fact called the
Asking,
Zuboy.
do you want to buy Twitch followers
Which
or whatever?
is
Those are just annoying. That's the
well,
only way I've
best Hind
got
you
rid
can
of them,
probably
just
get
turn
your
off
hands
links.
on. It is the most
For now, at
modernized. It looks absolutely menacing with this belt protector cover over here. And you have access to a unique type of missile, the ZT-3A2 Ingwe.
the
Anti-ground
Ingwe.
missile, South African variant, which is a tandem heat warhead missile once again. Sadly, only with a 5-kilometer range, so you are still going to be within range of some missile SPAA. But given that you have some good covering over here, it should be fairly hard for them to lock onto you with IR missiles. Anyway.
Yeah, it's the same missile that's on the Ratel with the missiles. So that
It might not work. It's
So if
because
you're familiar with
Viking.
that
I
one,
think it's like a
it's,
Twitch
pretty
setting
much
I
like
have on,
a similar analog.
like
The
Twitch
only weakness
itself.
of this thing is that it doesn't have any air-to-air missiles. It's just pure air-to-ground. So you really just have the countermeasure options and the autocannon. You can technically use the missiles against aircraft, but it's not
Let's see
not
here.
so easy.
See
But
how to fix it.
yeah, in terms of ground performance against tanks, it's very solid for that gun.
It just looks so good.
It does, yeah.
Alright, next up we also have the Tornado GR4. You may have seen this one in a recent devlog. Main point of this is adding 2 new weapon systems. Now, there's a bit of a disclaimer.
Oh,
we
they're
have to
actually
do
going to
here.
go over it.
Starting off with the
Surprise.
Brimstones. The Brimstone missile in real life is incredibly capable. It can be fired at a general area where you expect enemies to be and then autonomously search, track, and destroy enemies by itself. We find for gameplay purposes that is a little bit too much capability, so we're not giving it that. What we are introducing in this update anyway is the semi-active laser mode only for the Brimstone, which turns us into a regular laser-guided ATGM. Velocity isn't the greatest, however, given that you can carry a lot of them, as long as you don't get shot down, you can take down a fair few targets. And given that you also have a lot of penetration, it should have absolutely no problem dealing with even the most heavily armored top-tier MBTs. However, what I find to be a little bit more interesting is this, the Paveway 4. Now, let me quickly set up a test flight for this so I can show you a little bit more what this can actually do.
Go for it.
You may know we have GPS bombs in the game. GPS bombs are great in that they will fly towards the target that you point at. You can fire multiple bombs at multiple targets in very quick succession. However, GPS bombs can't track moving targets. Once you launch the bomb, there's no way to affect the guidance. Then, of course, you have laser-guided bombs. Laser-guided bombs are great in that they can track moving targets, which is very, very useful. However, it doesn't mean that you need to maintain the laser lock, which means you are going to have less options in trying to evade incoming enemy fire, for example. Have you ever wished to be able to combine the both? Have a bomb that can both work as a GPS bomb, so you don't have to engage with it at all. But if you are launching at a moving target, be able to launch a laser and guide it with a laser? Well, that is exactly what the Paveway 4 does. The Paveway 4, when you launch it, acts as a regular GPS bomb. So you point it at the target, it launches, it does all its things by itself, but it will not track moving targets. So let me give you a quick example here. I have the Paveway 4 selected. I will launch, 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 and launch, and that should be able to get all 4 targets at once. It takes a while to get there. However, if you do enable your laser lock, it will switch over into laser guided mode, which means you can track moving targets. Now, I don't believe those are tracking right now, but I can give you a different example perhaps. If I turn around, I think one of the bombs actually failed to destroy
Basically, these are just like
I will
dual-purpose
do the
laser and
following. I
GPS.
will launch the bomb over to the side of the MBT, and now I'm going to enable my laser lock and see if it tracks the MBT properly. May not have had enough velocity there.
The thought was there. The thought was there.
The
What's
thought was
going on
there.
there?
It would have gotten there if it had enough velocity. You could see the bomb was trying to track. But yeah, this is going to be your best option for bombcast, in that you have the flexibility of being able to use both GPS mode and laser guidance mode, which I am a very, very big fan of.
Nice.
And since you can carry 6 of them in total, it does make for a very good CAS option. Okay, we can
What
just
would have been
quickly show the
useful for is
modifications
if you
Sure.
launch one of these
of the
bombs,
Tornado
right,
GL4.
and you
There
wait
you go.
until like
You have
almost the
access
last
to lighting
second to
pod,
turn on your
fairly good
laser.
zoom, as
So
well
then they don't get
as
like a laser
thermal
warning or
vision
zero.
capabilities. You have access to a fair amount
That's
of
what those would be
countermeasures
useful for.
as well, which I think you may need to put on some pods. Yep, large countermeasures as well as chaff countermeasures, so you can bring up to 1,200 chaff, so you can just dump them all over the place so you don't get locked by radar. And you can bring a wide variety of munitions. All right, as well as PGM 2000s, by the way. I love this bomb, rocket assisted. Okay, let's move on then to the next nation. We don't have something for Japan just yet. Maybe you can...
Yeah,
Can we talk?
there should be something for Japan a bit
Nothing
later.
for Japan.
Don't have, it's not ready to show you yet. but
Where
I
have we heard this
believe,
before?
No promises, but I think they should be getting
No
something else a bit
promises.
later as well. But yeah, skipping that, I can show you a new China friend. This is the PLZ-05,
7.7?
which is
Oh, it doesn't have thermals then.
new long-barreled artillery-esque vehicle. Functionally not quite in the game, obviously, but it's actually really nice. I didn't think it was going to be quite so good. It's similar-ish to the Vida. It doesn't have
2 30-second unskippable ads
stabilizer. It doesn't
for YouTube?
have
Shouldn't
any
be
high
the
quality
case.
thermals or anything, but it does have a laser
Hang
rangefinder,
on.
which I didn't know it actually had until
We
that
are,
was
what's
really
it calling
nice.
today? We
and it
are
also has
just
this
trying whatever
semi-armor
this
piercing
does.
shell, which I think is also quite new as
I
well.
have no clue how the YouTube
you
ads
probably
work.
won't need it that much, because around this BR you are going to start meeting things that will have quite
Maybe
a
that'll work.
decent amount of
I don't
frontal
know
armor,
what's
to the
in
point
there.
where this may struggle a little
Yeah,
bit.
so no thermals.
The regular HE is probably going to be generally the better choice. It's going to one-shot anything anyway, as long as you hit a decent spot, which you can with the rangefinder. So it's nice to have the option, though. It's actually pretty good. It will obviously anything that you penetrate is going to go up instantly. Autoloader is 6 seconds, pretty nice. Gun depression, no.
Yeah, I want to like
slowability,
this
not
vehicle,
quite
but I know
either.
the autoloader's
It's a nice
model.
vehicle. It's going to work really
same as
well, and
GG.
the laser rangefinder, is going to help a ton.
The
it's
show
a
left
really
was
nice
terrible.
addition. It's going to be
in
fun
this
to
one.
use.
Wait, hang on. If you think about it, show left is 7.3. This
we
thing's
also
7.7.
have,
It
as I
just
mentioned
completely
before, the
better.
OSA AKM, the Italian version. Well, Romanian version, I should mention, which is in the Italian tech tree, as well as boat. MS-444, a little premium boat you can buy for Golden Eagles, I believe.
It's like a Higgins boat.
It probably is. All the torpedo boats, to be honest, look very similar to me. But yeah, you do have some very nice torpedoes. You have a Bofors gun in
YouTube
the
has
back,
been
which cannot
acting up
fire
lately,
forwards.
Viking. I don't know
And
what
you
it's
also have
what it's been
3
doing.
of the 20mm
Like we had to
guns, which
switch
are
over to
fairly
the Twitch
effective
stream
at
for this
battle
stream
rating.
because it just
I
like
think it goes down
buffered.
to 2-3 because then it has like 3 other boats that can also work in the lineup with. But yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, it's nice to have like a mid-tier boat to help you progress through the lines, and it's pretty solid overall.
All right, next up, France. We are adding Leopard 2s to France. Just to give you a bit more variety in your options for top tier, a bit more, well, meat to flesh out your lineups.
Yeah.
You are getting the Dutch.
Wait, are they
Leopard
taking the
2A4,
suggestion?
2A5, and the 2A6. 3 Leopard 2s in total. They are going to be very similar, if not identical, to the German variants. Fun fact, by the way, did you know that up until very recently, I believe,
Wait, so it's not going to be a sub tree?
the Dutch army was under the command of the German army?
Yeah, yeah. I remember looking into that at the time when the sub-tree came out. Yeah.
So, if you're a fan of leopards, you can now play them in France. I'm really hoping that someone will do that very bright orange leopard 2 skin.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one on the market, I think, for the Swedish, well, the Finnish one.
Well, now we can get for the Dutch one.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
G skin, let's make it happen. But yeah, it's going to be nice in terms of lineup variety. With the Leclercs, there's not a huge amount of other variants for them. There's a couple of prototypes, but aside from that, there's not really too many other options. So it's going to be nice to like bulk out the lineups and give you basically more options and more spawns, which is the intention really. And I think on that basis, it works pretty fine. Yeah.
All right, we also have a big old boat for France.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting the way that they're doing that.
Or as
I think most people expected a full sub tree, but now it just seems like they're not doing
it certainly has
that.
a quirk, but it's certainly not
Which,
dumb.
I mean,
I'm full of zingers today.
I think it's better because they
It's a very
need
unique
those
battleship.
leopards,
It's
but they don't really
nice. I
need a
don't
bunch of the
honestly
other
know
sub
too
tree
much
stuff.
about it, but it has the
It's just a bunch of
quite
copy paste.
distinctive quad array of the front in the front here with the 2 turrets.
Do they really need a
main
leopard
turret at the
one?
back. You've got the float plane, and you have the also similarly quite interesting quad mounts for the 130mm guns at the back too, which is nice. It's going to be a ship that's going to perform a little bit differently in terms of the best way to position it and approach gameplay to it, which is nice, as a lot of the other ones are all quite similar. Not completely similar, but similar enough to the point where this definitely stands out in terms of how it's going to be used. It's really nice. It's a pretty ship. And I can quickly
Secondaries
show
on
you,
this thing. I love the main turrets
the general
because like they have
stats
the
and
4
stuff as well.
barrels, and that's super rare
Richie and
compared to like
your,
everybody else.
Chunky SAP as well.
With
think
the
that
gun
looks pretty cool.
layout it has, you can basically face directly to the front of the enemy and still have your full main battery capabilities.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. Angle it a little bit if you want to throw some shots off. But yeah, overall, pretty solid.
France
as well.
have the
If you
most
like
12
a
O's
little
now?
friend sneaking up on behind you.
It's
you've
either
got,
France or
these
Sweden.
as well. So
Has
it's,
the most now.
it's covered all around really from that regard.
And the float plane also looks very interesting. It looks like if the French took the Walrus, the English float plane, but made it actually not a death trap.
They all just remind me of Porco Rosso every time. So I hope one day we can get it in the tree or something like that too. Very pretty float planes.
All right. And finally, it is time for Israel. We have the Sabre
Not
Mark
even
I.
finished model.
This is a heavily modified M60. It is going to be very similar in capabilities to the M60.
So basically a
the
Magak,
Turkish,
but a 120
tank
Magak.
or the M60S
That's all I need to
even.
know with this guy.
Given that it also has the 120mm gun. Textures
What
are not
round are they
finished
going to
yet,
give
just
it
keep in
though?
mind.
That's a great question.
All preliminary on this one.
We
Alright,
have
so M322.
a stock heat shell as well as access to the APFSDS with
At
a
10.0,
very high
yep.
penetration for this batch rating. You also have a laser rangefinder and a thermal vision for your gunner. Not the commander, however. Overall, this vehicle isn't going to be the most
How many
survivable.
variants
The
of these
add-on armor
things
is
can
more
they
against
add?
chemical
Like how many
munitions.
mark
APFSDS
did they
is
go
still
up?
going to go for you like butter because it is in essence
So these are just going to be the
just
nether
a
Magaks.
M60, but with the added capability of
But
the
with the
gun,
120.
it should be fairly good. These are the velocity speeds, velocity values, forwards 48 kilometers per hour. Okay, not the best. 11.3 kilometers per hour backwards, again, okay, not the best. With
I don't think it's making
908
anyone want to
horsepower
play
engine,
Israel. I think
fully
that's the big point
upgraded.
about this whole
Keep in mind, of
guy.
course, it may still change, but that is what we currently have on this vehicle.
It's more glass cannon-y. It's pretty
Do a
cramped
quick
inside. Mobility and
Wikipedia
armor,
search real
not
quick.
really
How
too much
many
to rely on. But
sabers do
you've
they
got a really
have?
good gun. The reload as well is very solid. So it's going to work.
All right,
in
looks like they go up
foxes,
to
anything like
3.
that. Obviously,
All right,
'cause the
so we can
armor's
get
not gonna
3 of
be
these guys in the
that
game.
reliable anywhere. So again, it's a really good lineup vehicle, a nice sort of support vehicle as well if you want to main the Macavers properly. So yeah, nice one.
And finally, we also have a Strike Eagle variant for Israel, the F-15I Ra'am. I have no idea how to pronounce that.
It was a good go. I like that.
It may be right, it may not be right.
Even if not, I like it.
Yeah, weapons options are going to be basically the same. You have access to AMRAMs, you have access to AIM-9Ls as well as AIM-9Ms, I believe. Yes, you do. Access to extra countermeasures, fuel tanks. You can have these extra, I forgot what they call. I think conformal fuel tanks that are mounted here on the side, like under your armpits essentially. As well as access to the new glide bomb, which can be used from very long ranges. TV guided bomb, IR guided bomb, all that good stuff. So in capabilities, very, very similar to the American Strike Eagle, but for Israel. Okay, that is it for vehicles. We have a little bit of time still left to do some other stuff. What can we show? Let's see.
I can quickly show you the cockpit for the BB-1 and the SC-2s. I think they're pretty much the same.
This is
sort of
such an
shape as the
oxy
BB-1.
thing. No one cares
If you
about
remember
this,
the old
but he
version of
does.
this, it was very crusty, and now it's looking really nice. So it's not the most complicated cockpit, so nothing sort of otherworldly in that regard, but compared to the previous version, it's really nice.
Yeah, they showed
I
off
like
the
little
American
tactile
stuff. I
stuff
kind of
like
feel
that,
like they're
so,
going to be doing the whole just
yeah,
go
hopefully
over
people
like
enjoy it.
random stuff.
All right, and I will do my favorite thing again, which is do some massive acrobatics.
Okay, so they're
with
just
the
going to go over some
He
SU-30.
was
stuff.
loving
Oh yeah,
it.
we
His
can go
little
back
face
on
was lighting
Twitch.
up.
So
It was
fun
great.
playing this. I love
That's
it.
why I wanted to use the YouTube
Okay,
one
I'm
too,
going
so
to
we
bring
can go back and
my
look at stuff.
Grum. I'm going to do a
Hang
straight
on.
vertical here, and I want to see if I can
Let
do
me-
a proper multi-target launch this
Let
time.
me go get
Okay.
the
It's a
YouTube
bit tricky to
stream
get
again.
the velocity right. If you go
Yeah.
for an
Where's it at? Well, look at the American stuff again because we missed. We didn't miss most of it, but we didn't find everything. And I need to also get back to stream before they unlist it because that's what they're going to do. But there's
you go for
another
an
stream
Xbox Pro,
coming up
you kind
later,
of,
which will be the Russian stream, and we're not going to be covering that one just because it's going to be basically the same thing, but a little bit more technical about a lot of things. See here, all right, should be fine now. But yeah, if you want to look at the early stuff, see here. The biggest thing I feel like that's going to be cool. We're just going to keep it muted because we can just look at it, right? So right here, the graphics setting stuff is going to be really cool. They should have a bunch of stuff like with ray tracing and all that sort of stuff, so which would be amazing to play with. So that should be pretty cool. I'm not sure. Do they have frame generation? Hang on. I should put that in here. So a new graphical setting thing. All right, let's read this. I don't see anything about frame generation yet. So maybe they didn't add that yet onto this. Which I think most people don't technically need the frame generation stuff, but it'd be just cool to have. Need that plane, the F-117. Now, where was it at? They showed it off. There it is. This looks pretty nice, doesn't it? I mean, like, I think it's cool. They said about like 6 years ago at this point that vehicles like the A-10, the SU-25, the F-117 would never make it into War Thunder just because their flight performance was so crap compared to everything else around them. But then today, in the year of 2024, they added every single one of these vehicles. I enjoy it being here. I feel like it's cool and everything, but at the same time, the way that they put it into the game, which is a squadron vehicle, is kind of just like a noob trap. So you're going to have a bunch of people who get this vehicle and play it, but then are completely worthless to their team. I would have preferred it been like a dreams come true event vehicle. So at least like I understand It's going to be one of those things of where it's super rare and everything. And if you don't play it at a certain time, you don't have access to it, which I think is also very bad. But at the same time, do you want a full team of these guys? Whenever you're trying to grind like a Saber or like a MiG-17 and they have 2 bombs, that's it. I don't really think that's going to be fun. Yeah, it's because it has the guided bombs. I wish there was just like a different way that they could have put it into the game, whether it be like for the drones or they could have put it into the helicopter trees or something to where it would only be usable in like ground RB or something like that. I feel like that would have been a better way to do it, but you add it into the game, but then you also hinder the ARB mode, which is what a lot of people play as well. So we'll see a good amount of them because you'll see people G it, but then also in the future you'll see people get it for free. Yeah, this is pretty cool as well where they added it where you can see where the bombs are at even if they're like internal. And that's pretty cool as well. Want to fight a whole team of them? Look, whenever the update comes out, if someone can get a screenshot of just like a full team of those guys and they win, like I will be super surprised. Like if it's possible they could win. Did they show the tech tree for America? Did they? I don't think they did. B-17 got the 4000s. So that might be pretty good to bring in the ground forces now. HSTVL got nerfed. It's got all its modules like put into the game now, which kind of sucks for it. This guy's going to be pretty cool, I guess. 650 cows. Stop, it's already dead. Yeah, the B-17. I don't think they showed the tech tree, at least like from skimming down here. No, they didn't show the tech tree at all. They just like went straight into the custom game. But yeah, here's like the radar thing that they tried out with the Nighthawk. So as you can see, they were still able to lock it. It had a little bit of trouble coming in and everything. But the real question about this is it's not that you can lock this vehicle with like an F-15. But the question is ground radars. So like the Tunguska, all those guys, can they lock it? And I think they can, especially if they can see it because of IRST. So while yes, it might not be able to get caught by the search radar, if you're able to spot it and you're able to know where spawns are at within ground RB, you can still probably lock these guys. Yeah, there it is again. Still be locked head on within 9M. And this gets hit. Alright, that was even a 9L. That wasn't even a 9M. Yeah, it's cool to see. This is also very cool. I think this is also an improvement. Not that it's going to be useful for most people, but you're able to get out of a game and you're able to simulate what happened to you during that game. I don't think they showed you right there. But like you can simulate where you got hit and everything. So oh wait, they showed a Swedish BMP too. Hang on, we'll go down to them again. What, did they just forget about it? They forgot about they had this thing? Alright, well I guess that's cool. Doesn't have the ATGM, so I'm assuming 8.0. Hang on, we can like go back and look at the battle rating. If they did show it. Oh, they showed the cockpit of this thing already. That's surprising. I already had the cockpit ready for this. Unmute? Yeah, we'll unmute it.
Yeah, you can't really see much out the front, especially above. In
It's quite
simulator
cozy,
mode,
though.
it is, but visibility is really not great. I think it may have a use in simulator mode where people are going to be relying more on radar to be able to spot stuff.
Yeah.
As we proved, as long as you're flying directly towards an enemy, it's going to be very hard for them to pick you up on radar. But given that you don't have any radar of your own and very limited visibility, as soon as someone does spot you within visual range, you're kind of screwed.
Does this thing even have an RWR?
Yeah, it looks cool, but that's not it really.
Very cool.
No countermeasures.
Sweden does get something which we haven't looked at yet. Gets a squadron vehicle friend,
8.7?
the BMP
Oh,
2
we missed that, didn't we?
MD. So this is basically a BMP2, but
Why?
with some
Hang on, let's
very
see
nice
if it
thermals.
shows.
I can quickly show
Oh, I
you.
didn't show the modifications.
Apart from that, I think at the moment at least it's very, very similar. There's no ATGM currently, but you do have some very glossy thermals to have a squiz through.
Alright, this.
So
Oh, okay, so it does have
pretty nice.
thermals. I mean,
these kinds of
I
vehicles
guess
work
so.
pretty great with squadron vehicles. They're basically
Why is
always
APFSDS
uptake-proof.
as well to be 8.7?
I like this one. I've always liked the autocan on the BMP2s. So, yeah, you got this.
It is going to be interesting to see how it performs without the ATGM, however.
Yeah, the thermals
Oh,
can be
the
nice.
new French
Great for
Leopards
spotting
are
stuff
after the
in terms of it being
MX-40 in
like
a
a
tech
support
tree.
vehicle.
I'm surprised
be
by
very
that, really,
nice.
because I was expecting like
yeah,
a
it's
full-on sub
Nice
tree.
to see. And there are a few
But I'm actually
vehicles,
kinda glad
as
they're
well
willing
aren't
to
quite
do
ready
that.
to show yet.
Like-
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a few extra things coming. Of course, with how development works.
Yeah, a few
you can
extra
never
things, so it could be
make
more
promises
vehicles
that
for
far
that
in
sub
advance,
tree.
but I'm pretty sure there'll be some more things to have a look at a bit later. So yeah, I have to hold out for that. But yeah.
The F-15I, the Israeli version, will sit after the Barak 2 on the right-hand side of your tech tree. The French Leopards in the tech tree will sit
After the MX-40.
after the MX-40. I mean, their own little line over here. And I believe that is going to be basically it. Quick reminder, there is going to be a Russian language dev stream with BVV after the
think
stream.
they're
You
done
may
again,
able to find the link
hopefully.
somewhere. There
Let's see, did they do anything else after
play it.
this?
See.
you next week with our regular stream.
Alright, so they're done with that. CV90 for France. Yeah, they have the, was it the NL now? Yeah, but I wish they would have showed the modifications, because for 8.7, this thing has to have APFSDS. But they only showed the APDS. Yeah, they didn't show anymore. But yeah, going through it one more time before we end the stream today. We'll be doing this a lot more, hopefully. Be streaming some more. But yeah, the new effects and everything, like, you know, let's see when show it better. The new afterburner, the new little contrails coming off the plane's pretty cool. The new test drive map, so what he's on right now is you're able to kind of customize your test drive the way that you want it to be. Which I think's pretty cool. Yeah, the JU-88 got some new bombs. Oh yeah, they updated the abandoned factory, but just they, to me at least, it kind of just feels like they switched the map around and that's it. They didn't do much with that. Yeah, there's the KV. Man, I'm so disappointed with this thing. Okay, so like, hang on, looking at it again, maybe. I mean, look at all the ammo though. But maybe if you shoot it in the side right there, these fuel tanks would just like eat up everything. But maybe not. The F-117 is a strike, so no air spawn. Yeah, it's also rank 6, isn't it? Thing has to be rank 5 to still get an air spawn and be a strike fighter. Yeah, I think it's gonna be so rough. Like, I don't know. I've always been a supporter for like adding a bunch of vehicles within the game. But whenever you're hindering a portion of the game, I don't think it's really cool. Yeah, grinding it in some. Yeah, did I show the bomb thing on it? I showed like the loadout, I think. Yeah, there it is. You can't see because of Mike's head. I don't remember the color codes. Is it like a 2000, the biggest one they can get? And it can't get napalm, can it? You're not able to see it. We see red. The question is, I don't think they showed. Yeah, we just have to see. Did they show the modification page? I think they did somewhere. Maybe they did it like down here. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Oh, come on. Got rid of it like as soon as I go and look at it. Oh, and then the YouTube buffering. Oh, did they? Oh, okay. Hang on, they might have like, hang on, they might have delisted the stream here. Hang on. All right, so we might have to do this very quickly. All right, so they get Mark 83s, Mark 84s, GBUs. Okay, so what do you come with stock? Stock bombs, I think, are straight up just dumb bombs. So that's going to be a little bit rough for this machine. Yeah, I think they delisted the stream, so we can go back and look at it now. This might be our last chance of looking at this. I don't understand why they do that. It's almost like they don't want people to see what is coming with the next update. It's kind of like a YouTube thing. I feel like they want to delist it in a way so they can maybe just like update the title and thumbnail and all that sort of stuff and then release it again. Oh, there it goes. I'm back alive. But they normally come back with the stream as well. I can still scroll through it. All right, good. Maybe it's a YouTube bug again. Yeah, overall, I mean, the update seems like it's gonna be pretty alright. The Object 140 I'm looking out to play, the KV7 as well. Tech tree wise, is there like a vehicle I'm looking at tech tree wise I'd want to play? Maybe the Scimitar. Maybe. I'm just really concerned that this vehicle is just a weaker warrior, which is probably what it's going to be. And the warrior was already pretty weak. But also, one thing I just noticed there. Oh, it's going to mix out again. Oh, come on. There it goes. Russian dev streams up. Why is it the same battle rating as the Fox? Hopefully that's not the case. This should be like a 7.3. The Fox should be a 7.7. But you'd still want to play it at 7.7 because the armor values of tanks are a lot lower up top. More leopards, yeah. Yeah, more leopards. I'm actually okay with this, but it's one of those things that can definitely change. Like a full subtree for the Benelux stuff, I think would have been incredibly boring. And adding it this way to where you only add the vehicles which are needed, which are the leopards at the top tier, that just gives like France a different playstyle, right? I think is good. But if in the future they add like an actual subtree and it's just a bunch of leopard ones and vehicles that France really doesn't need, I think it's going to be a very equivalent tech tree or subtree to like Finland and Hungary, to where you just don't want to play it because you've played those vehicles before in other tech trees. Yeah, Teddy, I know the Russian one's up. We're just not going to view that one because it's just going to be more technical side about it, and we can't really understand it until someone like translates it and everything. Got a 510 left in a tech tree. Let's go 5. That should be good enough. Alright, so they're adding the Strike Eagle after the F-111. Okay, cool. Oh, Mike doesn't have the F-14. Why does he not have the F-14? Yeah, you don't have to go through the A-10s. I mean, it kind of makes sense. You have all your like fast strike fighters on this side, and you have the like low like quality. Well, I shouldn't really say low quality, but the low performance strike fighters there. It'd be cool if Sweden get the same treatment. That's having to grind from 1.0 Russia. Yeah, I feel like that is one of the biggest problems with the game right now. Is just that every tech tree is starting to feel the same. So it's like, why grind out a different tech tree? I think's a huge problem just with War Thunder right now in general. Like, let's see here, let's open up the game. And we'll go look at it before we get off the stream today. Oh, yeah, I probably need to do this so you can't see my login. So I can't see my email and try to get into the account. When is the update coming? My assumption would be probably October 29th. That would be my assumption of when this update will come out. But yeah, I'm so glad, like for Sweden, or not for Sweden, but for France, they didn't put in like a whole subtree for like they did with Finland right here. It's because every single one of these vehicles, the Vickers is unique. The where's it at? The BT. I always forget about where they put the BT at. The BT-42 right here is unique as well. But yeah, the rest of the subtree is just copy paste, except for the T55M. That one's also pretty unique. When did you say? The 29th? So it's like, take this with a grain of salt though. It's just for me. Like, I don't know officially when this update's going to come out. But from looking at the past like 5 years of War Thunder updates, the updates have all came out before November started. So that would be my guess of when it comes out. Oh, it's not in the Finland line anymore? Nope. Yeah, I mean, it'll help France, but yeah, I'm so glad you're not doing that. Is there anything that we need to like work forward to? Did I show where the scimitar was coming in the British tech tree at all? I'm assuming it'd probably be like right here before after the swing fire. That'll be my assumption of where it goes. Yeah, they get 6. Sweden has how many? Got 2, 3, 4. They have 5. So yeah, they technically get more now. Got the light tank line that for some reason is 8.0 now for Sweden. Yeah, this light tank line, they like moved around a ton. Like this guy right here, I have it because it was like down here whenever it first came out. Yeah, they kept moving these vehicles up in battle rating. I need to play more Sweden, but I just getting to a point where like I'm at the point of the tech tree where I'm just bored with it. And funny enough, playing a T55M has been a really fun experience playing it. But at the same time, like, do I really want to go through another STRV 81? Do I really want to play the STRV 101? Like the 103s are pretty fun to play. The Oosh is pretty fun to play. But at the same time, like I'm just at the copy paste era of the tech tree. There's some unique vehicles like the IKV and everything, but yeah, I got bored with it. To be honest, like I spaded pretty much all of the tanks up to rank 4. And I even did some of these guys, like the T34, 85. I was starting on the charioteer at one point. Yeah, I wish they had not as much just copy paste stuff. Italy's kind of same as well. I don't really want to do the Hungarian tree just because of that. Yeah, China, I mean, everything's spaded all the way up till, well, rank 4 now because of this thing. Yeah, I got the tow launcher, got the CM25 done. Yeah, I feel like this update, if I have to give it like one vehicle that's just going to dominate the headlines and all that sort of stuff, it's going to be the Nighthawk. Like, it's going to be that vehicle is what everyone talks about for like a good month, and then it'll just die. And then it'll become a vehicle that is just completely worthless. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be interesting to just see how that kind of goes. But yeah, for today, it's kind of like a test stream in a way. I wanted to do something where we had a little event going on and all that sort of stuff. So we did the dev stream today. The plan is, though, going forward, is I want to do more of these streams and everything. We have the dual PC set up now, so we can play War Thunder on this PC, and then we can stream on the other one. So like pretty much anything hardware wise is just completely like sorted at this point. Take it to top tier, yeah. Take it to top tier and probably get whacked by an AIM-9M or something. But yeah, we're going to be doing more of these in the future, especially since now the new battle pass is out, so we have a bunch of these challenges to do. Like we're 147 out of 250 of this guy. So we'll be doing that as well, and hopefully I have some more time to do this sort of thing. But yeah, for today, we're done. We're going to be cutting off the stream a little bit early, I guess. I mean, how long have we been streaming for? About 3 hours almost, so not that bad. I go review all the stuff when it comes to the YouTube side, make sure nothing like went extremely wrong because I can't really tell what's happening there. I wish top tier didn't give me brain rot. Would have kept playing. To be honest with you, I enjoy playing at least the ground forces side of it. Like I don't mind playing like 12-7 or 12-0 and all that sort of stuff. It's just the type of vehicles there now are just insane for what they are. Like you have the helicopters which are fire and forget. You have the Su-25 which can just run around the map. You have a bunch of guys that can climb to space with their GBUs and Mavericks and pretty much dominate the battlefield. And to me, at least, that's just not fun. Like, and I don't really agree the ground only mode would be a thing as well. Like, I feel like it's still good to have cast planes where you're able to counter people who get into really good positions. But the problem with the top tier cast planes is that you have planes that can literally define the game itself. Like, there's been so many times I've seen clips and videos from people where they take like an F-16, climb to space, they get their Mavericks and their GBUs, and they kill like 6 or 7 people in a row. And that's 6 or 7 people on the ground that could have been in really good positions to hold back an enemy. And they just lost that. It's very similar to the situation right now with the Yak 9K and the Tizma and all those guys. Of where the cast itself is so good that it can pretty much dominate what the game is going to be. The SU-34, yeah. It's going to be insane seeing what it is, and I don't know. I don't like playing the 4.0 battle rating right now. Like 4.0, 4.3 just because of the Yak 9K and all those guys. I mean, it's fun to play on their team, right? I don't get that one wrong, but if you're playing like America, you're playing Germany, and you don't have an Oswin or something to take those guys down, you will just keep dying over and over because of that new 45. Yeah, guys, it was nice talking to all of you once again before we leave. We're going to be doing more of this in the future, so hopefully you guys want to see this, and we will see you guys in the next War Thunder stream. All right, let's see here before we leave. How